Hey guys, happy Saturday, or apologies for those of you in North America.
Oh baby, a triple! Oh yeah!
I'm getting feedback. There we go. It's like, I had the stream open on Twitch and it was listening to itself. That's interesting. Why is it doing that? Where is that even coming from? Anywho, should be sorted now. I'm not hearing it back. But yeah, on Saturdays, obviously it's the middle of the day for me, and Leo really likes to just like hang out. So
Take it easy.
yeah, Saturday cat stream, guys. Razor, how you going? Oh, RJ just beat you to it. Oh no. There's the build of Pokemon. It's a once a day redemption too, so you can try doing that if you want. How's everyone doing? King Super Smacks, how are you going, bud? I feel like it's been a bit. How are you? Good evening. But yeah, it is first Friday of the month, meaning it's the monthly special event, which is where we host the Budget Build Battles tournament on a Friday night for those of you in North America, and yeah, Saturday afternoon for those of us in Australia. If you're in Europe, you're probably asleep, but yeah, for the rest of you guys, time zones is time zones. The one thing I do want to talk about, though, we are introducing a special rule for the special monthly events, because it's kind of like, hey, instead of just having it be in a different time zone, what if we mix it up? So for the people that do make it here every week to play in the format, there's a little bit more incentive to you to kind of switch up your deck list, and we're not just seeing people copy and pasting the deck that won like last night's tournament and just bringing it over into this. So the special rule for this event is going to be that Dusknoir and Fan Rotom have both been banned. So that should shake things up. We're not going to be necessarily seeing the Dodrio engine popping off as crazily as we have, or potentially like bulky Cramorant list, right? They're not going to be able to go Rotom in play, grab me 2 Bouffalints, attach Jet Energy to it, bounce it to the active, Artisan in play, I can hit you for 70 and you're hitting me for like nothing on your turn. It's like, no, none of that. Get it out of here. And then Dusknoir just really enabling the Slowking Kyurem variants that we've been seeing recently, because they proc Dusknoir, they take out your Shaman, then they ping 3 things off your bench. Yeah, they're giving up a prize for Dusknoir, but they're taking 4, you're getting 1, and then it's kind of like they've just destroyed your whole board state. You're having a bad time. So just to mix things up with this tournament, we have, yeah, banned those 2 cards for those reasons. So interested to hear your guys' feedback on it. If you like those rules, if you think they're dumb, if you're like, oh, now I can't play this deck that I really like. It's like, well, half the fun of the format is just trying out random shenanigans and seeing what you can make work. So I hope it kind of gives you that little nudge you may have needed to do that. And then, yeah, other rules I'm going to experiment with in future special monthly events. Potentially, maybe we let you guys use Ace Specs once. Or maybe we let you have an unlimited amount of trainer cards in your deck, so you're able to run 4 copies of Boss's Orders or Research or something. So yeah, could switch things up. But yeah, for this month, it's just those 2 cards banned, just to kind of see how this is received, and we'll go from there. I feel like I got to catch up on some chat today, though. Raspberry, special rules today. Yep, special rules today. King, been tired and starting streaming and dealing with an idiot. Ah, okay, sorry to hear that. TCGL turns 2 is a code that gives you 2,000 crystals and credits. Destiny Rivals 25 for 2 free SIRs. Perfect. You know what? We'll just pin that. That's actually really helpful. I'll have that up there. 20 minutes. Actually, I reposted it on Twitter, but I haven't really talked about that on stream yet. So yeah, appreciate that. King, Splatter, Laughs and Festival needs. If we introduce having 4 copies of a trainer, yeah. It would be good for that. RJ, you don't know how you did, but you redeemed on mobile. Nice. Without Cramorant and Slowking, Dipplin and Okidogi, just nuke all decks. Agree to disagree. I don't know. Like, before we had those cards, they were still fine. Like, those weren't dominating the format. I feel like the meta can easily adapt, right? Like Dipplin being able to double tap, okay. If you're scared of Festival Lead, run a Steel deck then. Dipplin's capped at what, 110 damage with Vitality Band. You have resistance into it, you take 80 damage. You play, what is it, Steel Factory or Metal Lab or something, and you take 30 less. Chuck another tool on there to reduce the damage that you're receiving, maybe like a Defiance Fest. They hit you for 0. Like, there's ways around it. You could also lean into colorless decks. Like, Rotom's banned, but Bouffalin's still allowed, right? So you could go like Brock Scouting if you want to get those two, or just Artisan for it, or Nest Ball for it, or Ultra Ball for it. Like there's ways to enable these. We're just trying to slow down those decks a little bit because it's feeling like they're a little too fast, right? So it's not completely removing those decks from the format. It's just slightly handicapping them. Duskmoor's gone, but you can still be running Dusclops, right? So if you're scared of Shaman, hey, proc 2 Dusclops, you're giving up 2 prizes to take out their thing that's giving bench protection. You're still getting a prize off that, so your opponent's effectively getting +1 prizes from you, but then you're taking 3 by using the Curum, and then you're... Yeah, so it's kind of fun. You're taking 4 prizes in a turn, you're giving your opponent 2 prizes in that turn, but you're still breaking their board state. You just have to work a little bit harder to get there. So I don't think these changes are going to break the format in any way. I think it's just kind of helping to adapt it a little bit. There were things to keep other things in check. I wouldn't say that those were things keeping other things in check. I would say that those were things that were setting barriers of entry, if anything. I don't think they were keeping things in check. Like, I wouldn't look at Curum Slowking with Duskmoor and be like, oh, that's keeping Festival Lead in check. What's keeping Festival Lead in check is the fact that they can only run 2 copies of Festival Grounds. They prize one, they're having a bad time, or if they play it and you bump it with another stadium and then you do that again, they're having a bad time, or if you have resistance into them. Like, there's already things to keep those in check. We need Colobri, but I don't think we need a Colobri print. Britica, how you going? Welcome to the Goomba Gang. Saw you signed up for the tournament, so yeah, very keen to see what you've cooked up for tonight. King, I've been playing Cynthia's Garchomp and Rocket's Mewtwo. Nice, how are those going for you? Yeah, I actually do need to still pick a list for tonight. How much time do we have till the tournament starts? 25 minutes. We got time. We got time. Surface Halo, welcome to the Goomba Gang. But, see, how many people do we have registered? I can show you guys what I'm looking at. There we go. So currently sitting at 18 people signed up for the tournament. And this is also something I am taking into consideration. We typically run these events Friday night in Australia. We have been seeing lower turnouts, and one of the things is we don't even get that many Australian players actually joining it, because I had made the format as something that Australia could have and to kind of build a community here, but it seems like a lot of the people are from the US anyways and other parts of the world. So it's like, if this time just genuinely works better to have people actually rock up to the tournaments, maybe we just fully shift and we have, instead of the monthly special event being the North American time zone, we do this as the weekly one, and then the Australian Friday night one becomes the monthly special event. So love to hear your guys' thoughts on that as well. Mulberry Kitty is so beautiful, so precious. It's pretty cute, eh? This is Leo. He just sort of showed up at our house one day 2 years ago? Yeah, it'd be about 2 years ago. We heard like a little kitten meowing at the front door, went out, and he was just sitting there. And then of course he runs through the parking lot. We were living in like a set of units at the time. We're like, oh, so we try and go and get him. Then he was hiding under our neighbor's car, and we're like, it's the middle of the night. Like, we don't want to be going around with flashlights by our neighbor's car. That looks dodgy as hell. And then so we were kind of like, okay, like, tried to coax him out, didn't come. We went back home. I brought the bins out and like didn't even think about it. Just happened to forget to close the back gate. Like, didn't even do it intentionally. It was just one of those things that like slipped my mind. And so we were laying in bed, and then we hear the cat meowing again. And my partner's like, I hear it. I'm like, no, like you don't hear it. Like, it's run off, or in our back room. There's no way we would hear a cat at the front of the house from here. She's like, no, it's outside of our bedroom window. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. How would it know to come here? And then we go out the back door, and sure enough, he's sitting in like the back corner of our yard. Our gates, it's like back left. Our gate's at the back right. So I'm like, book it to the gate, close the gate, and like we're getting this cat, and we kind of just like corralled him into our back door. Like, we got our patio furniture, put it on its side to make walls, because like he was a little guy, he wasn't able to jump over them. We're like, get in here, and then now he's ours. It's been 2 years, but he's a gem. He's absolutely a little legend. We do have another cat as well, Ringo, that we got. We fostered him because my partner was like, I think Leo gets lonely while we're at work. And yeah, we failed at fostering, so Ringo lives with us now too. Ringo's a little bit more of a wild child though. Like, Leo is happy to just come and sit with me like this. Like, he'll probably fall asleep midstream, because I'm talking, maybe not. But like when I do my work from home day, He just comes and hangs out with me all day. So like if we're here in the daytime, he's like, oh, we're having a cuddle. Like this is happening. This is not a choice. This is just happening. So hopefully he behaves himself while we're streaming. There has been times where he gets up off my lap and like knocks shit down in the background. So I might have to kick him out if that happens, but we'll cross that path if we get there. Anywho, I need to pick a deck for tonight. What are we running? So last night's tournament, I ran the Cynthia deck here. So you have like Shaman, obviously just giving you some bench protection, Roserade to pump up the damage output of your Cynthia Pokemon. So it boosts their damage by 30 for each one of these in play, which is pretty nice. So you get some silly plays like Feebas potentially hitting for 70 damage, flips a coin and it's invincible, or Milotic being able to do 120 to the active and 30 damage to 2 things on the bench. Also got Gabite that kind of works like the Grottle we used to have that would search your deck for a grass Pokemon, but this searches your deck for a Cynthia's Pokemon, so it's just a great way to enable you to set up your bench while being able to do 40 damage for 1 fighting energy. Because we can pump up those numbers with Roserade though, we could effectively be doing 100 damage for 1 energy, which is it's pretty nice. And like the deck felt very fluid last night, like it worked. I definitely made a couple misplays and like away she goes, so might revisit it. And then a cheeky tech card I did put in here that I feel like people, I don't know if they're sleeping on it or they've just never thought to consider it. But if you're concerned about pairing Frostas or spread decks in general, Picnic Basket is a great option. Heals 30 damage from each Pokemon in play, yours and the opponent's. So if your opponent has Frostas to set up damage counters on their Monkey Dory while also damaging your Pokemon with abilities, you just go Picnic Basket. I'm going to heal my guys. I'm going to heal the damage that's on your Monkey Dory so you're not throwing it back at me. Good times. Also great if you're pairing into someone that's using Dodrio as a draw engine, because it's like they're damaging themselves every turn. They're getting cards, but then also they can attach an energy and they can effectively just throw that damage back at you too, right? Like every damage counter that's on Dodrio, it scales up by 30, so you can go Picnic Basket and heal their Dodrios and be like, that's not an attacker anymore. You're going to hit me for 40 now. You can trigger your ability once this turn, you can do 40. That's all I'm going to let you do. Mulberry, have you had any issues with Roserade not working? No, last night it worked fine with me. Why, has there been bugs with it? King, Garchomp is super good and will get better once we get Orange Gatorade in the upcoming Mega Set. That does what? It heals like 60 or 70 damage from Cynthia Pokemon? Definitely an interesting card. We're playing in the Budget Build Battles tournament right now though, so no rule boxes. So unfortunately, we're not seeing any Garchomp in this list. It's just Cynthia's other Pokemon. I feel like she has something else we overlooked. There's the, is it Spiritomb? Yeah. 10 damage for each damage counter on all your bench Cynthia Pokemon. So I guess that's another way to kind of help out if you're pairing into like a Frostlass or something, or a spread deck. They're trying to spread damage all your guys and it's like, you're just setting up this nuclear bomb for me. Thank you. So it could be a consideration. The other thing I was considering is because we have the Roserade, chucking in just like a basic grass energy to potentially enable this. We have Crispin, so it searches the deck for 2 energies of different types. We've got Fighting and Water, but then it's just like, well, we could throw some grass in the mix too, so we're always having 2 targets for Crispin. And then we did have the Luminous energy, just providing a pivot between these 2 types to enable the Milotic and the Gabite, and also giving access to the Roserade, because paired into a, was it Garganical deck last night? And I was like, oh, I could hit that for weakness and like do some decent damage, right? Because the 80 gets pumped up to 110 by its own ability, doubles to 220 with weakness. It's good. I just couldn't get it charged up because we were manually charging it up. Manually charged up a Roselia, but then I couldn't find the Roserade. And then of course, after Roselia got knocked out, found the Roserade. Just the way it goes. Kool-Aid locked in on some new sauce. Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. And then the other deck I had considered running last night was, I call it Stone Cold. So it's a list that I played around with pre-rotation, and then it's like, do we revisit it? So I haven't made a couple tweaks to it, nothing too crazy, mostly just switching out the Snorunt to one that's in rotation. But it does also run the Garganical, so it heals 20 damage from each of your Pokemon between turns. And then you're pairing it with Frostlass. So you're damaging everything with abilities between turns, but then you're healing all your own guys. So your guys with abilities like your Okidogis, your Ursalunas, your Garganicals, they're taking pings from Frostlass, and the Garganical just goes, no, that's okay. That's fine. Like as long as I have 1 Garganical, if there's 2 Frostlass out, it's like my guys aren't even getting hurt, but I am putting pressure on the opponent. do have a little bit of a spread attacker in Ting-Lu. 1 fighting energy, 30 to the active, 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. You have to discard a stadium in play to be able to do that though, or else it's just hitting 30 to the active. Okie dokie, just being like a big bulky guy you can throw out. So 70 base damage, but you can pump that up by 100 and increases health by 100 if there's a dark energy on there. And then Ursaluna, just another big bulky guy. When you play this from your hand to the bench, you can attach 2 fighting energy cards that are in your hand to this Pokemon, then just do another attachment for turn and you can start swinging. Mad Bite does a base damage of 100, but 30 more for each damage counter on your opponent's active. So Ross has to put pings out, or Ting-Lu to ping a bunch of your opponent's guys. They get damaged, and then Ursaluna comes out and cleans them up, right? If we get a Ting-Lu trigger, 30 damage on all their guys, Ursaluna is effectively doing 190 damage to any of them at that point. So yeah, I like the idea of it. I haven't tested the list though, so that's like the one thing where it's like, do we do a test game to make sure that actually works? Because like the draw support count feels a little bit low because we don't have any draw support Pokemon. We've got 2 Research, 2 Iono, 2 Morty. So, and well, we do have Judge as well. Okay, so we've got 8 draw supporters. We should be able to find them. It's just that, yeah, like we don't have Tatsugiri or Pokegear or anything like that to dig through the deck. So if we ever get to like a small hand size, we may just be like, well, is what it is. So yeah, I don't know. I'm considering running this. I think we might run this. Deathlight, how are you going, my dude? King, and also fiddling with other decks like Rocket's Porygon, Ethan's Typhlosion, Ethan's Magcargo, Ho-Oh, and Rocket's Crobat Ting-Lu EX. Nice. I like Porygon. Porygon, I think, would be my pick if I was like sleeving up a deck to go to like a cup or a challenge. I like it. It's very straightforward in what it wants to do. It does really high damage output, and it's easy to set up. I think it gets a lot better next set when we get that triple colorless energy for evolution Pokemon, because then instead of having to rely on reversal energy and rocket energy, it's rocket energy and the triple colorless energy. So you can have 8 things that it's guaranteed just like 1 attach, start swinging. Seems good. Whereas reversal energy, a lot of the times it's like, well, what if I get ahead in the game? It's like, well, you better get your stage 2 out and find rocket energy then. The Rocket supporters are extremely good for their respective decks. Yeah, they are solid. There was a Rocket deck for budget build battles I was considering as well, being the Tyranitar. I just don't know. Like, kind of mixed feelings on it. Mostly just around, I probably need more reps with it, to be completely honest. But our game plan is, yeah, you get Tyranitar out between turns, you're pinging all of your opponent's basic Pokemon, and then you have Ampharos, so when they evolve up, they take damage, you devolve them, they evolve up again, they get knocked out. A little bit cheeky. But being limited at just 2 counts of the devolution TM for this format does make it tricky. Something else I would like to include in here too would be, I think, Salvatore, right? Just so we can get into Larvitar, potentially our first turn of the game if we're going second. Search your deck for a card that has no abilities involved from one of your Pokemon, put it onto that Pokemon. The Saxophone. But yeah, so it'd be like, have that, get into this Explosive Ascension, we ping the active for 30, we go into the Tyranitar because it's second turn of the game, the opponent's still just gonna have basic Pokemon out and Tyranitar starts doing his thing. Like, I feel like that could be cheeky. It's just trying to find deck space for it, and then finding deck space to consistently get that, because then we likely want the Bell, right? Because mid to late game, that's just easy Ultra Ball fodder, but early game, it's an easy out to Salvatore. So we'll see. I just have to cut 4 cards to make that possible. So that's where it gets tricky. I was like the Wobbuffet, considering, do I just cut this? Move all damage counters from one of your bench team rocket Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. It's good if we pair into like a spread deck or a Frostless deck that's just slowly trying to wear us down, because then it's just like we have this sat in the active and we're just constantly healing up these guys. So potentially that, but I feel like we just cut that. I keep the Sneasel. Sneasel seems too good, right? Strike Sleeper, 2 Dark Energy, 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each damage counter on it already. So Tyranitar is just kind of like setting up numbers for us. We do a little bit of cleanup with that. What else would we cut though? Can't cut that. I want to keep that also because it's another out that we can get into our Ampharos, our Tyranitars. Potentially Watchtower gets cut. I could see cutting Watchtower. It's a nice card, but it's like a luxury card, right? Like it's a, if you have space for this, put this in your deck. If you're trying to find space, it's a cut. Like I think it would be that. Counter Catcher I think makes too much sense in this deck because we are often just going to be behind on prizes and then we're taking all the prizes at once. I think it would be cut that. And then I don't know. Like might be the Great Ball. Is the Great Ball too greedy? Like it's good. It's a very good card, but it's like and I don't even have Super Rod in here either. It's like when it comes to recovery, we are lacking. We've got Lana. We don't have Super Rod. I feel like you need Super Rod. Especially with that Toad Scroll starting to see play in the format. And then now I would need to cut 3 cards. I think it's this. I think it unfortunately is the Team Rocket's Great Ball. Or potentially the Blindside. The nice thing about Blindside is it's a good way to deal with Monkey Dories. Because you attach Reversal Energy to a Tyranitar or an Ampharos, you attach Blindside to it. If it's Tyranitar, Tyranitar can then snipe a Monkey Dory on the bench and between turns does 20 damage to it and gets him out of play. Raspberry, you cut Bell after turn 1 going second as a dead card? Yes, but if we get it turn 1 going second, we can get Salvatore, and then we can Salvatore for Larvitar, and then we can attack the active and get Tyranitar out our first turn of the game, which is pretty big. So yes, mid to late game, it is a dead card, but early game, it is explosive. Might be Arven? Because like the Evo play, it's good, but like we're leaning into this to get into that. The Arven and like the Evo TM is just kind of like a nice cushion, but I guess it's another route to get in. Yeah, no, we'd have to keep this. I think it's the Great Ball. Oh, it feels weird though. It's such a good card. Great Ball, maybe an energy. Could go down to 8 energy. Just 2/2/2. It's just that they all have very expensive attacks, right? Like Ampharos is effectively a rocket energy and a lightning energy to get online. Tyranitar is multiple, unless we do basic energy of some sort, reversal energy to get him online. But for the most part, we are kind of just banking on just sitting him in the active and picking apart the opponent's bench. And just hoping to outpace them. It also doesn't have high counts as switch. Yeah. I don't know. I like the concept. I don't think that this list is quite there yet. So I would personally lean away from it. I know that there's a lot of people that are very keen on Tyranitar, so can't wait to see what they cook up. But yeah, I don't think that this is the deck yet. Like my current build of it at least isn't the deck. All right, are we doing Stone Cold or are we doing Cynthia? So how am I looking for time? Eight minutes still. Okay. We got a little bit. Raspberry seems inconsistent. I think it seems consistent to get the Tyranitar out. It's just, I don't know what it does from there. Like, if the opponent starts evolving guys up and we don't have the Ampharos out also, I think it just starts to fall behind, and then not having switch cards, they just gust up something else. So I don't think that it's inconsistent in setting up. I think that it's inconsistent on how it plays the rest of the game. It's like we have a game plan to just like turbo the Tyranitar out. It's just what are we doing after that? it might just be sending it with the Cynthia again. Like, the list overall felt fine. We had some unfortunate variants. And yeah, I think I want to add in a grass energy. But I do also like the Stone Cold. If we went with Stone Cold, what would I switch though? I don't know that we need the Flamigo. I feel like Flamigo is pretty easy to get played around. All of our other attackers are a little bit heavy to charge up. That's a lot of like manually attachment. But the fact that we can kind of just like eat a few hits, Garganical heals, it's kind of fine. Like, I almost wonder if we put like a Turbo Energize in here. There's no Crispin just because we don't run enough Dark Energy to justify it. Like, we just have it as a one-off strictly for the Okie Dokie as an enabler. Everything else is just like, they only want fighting energy. Perhaps maybe play one Relicanth to attack with the Garganical. Maybe. Like, getting access to corner buys you some time. Yeah. It's not a bad shout. It's just an awkward thing to start. But it would be, yeah, cut Flamigo, add in Relicanth. It makes this potentially just, yeah, a control play for us while we get everything else set. I do have switches, so we could get Garganical out of the active, go into something else. I don't hate that, actually. Do I have the cool one? No. Regular fish. Maybe focus the deck more on Frost House. And, like, the deck is pretty focused on them. I'm not sure what else you'd want. Like, I've got, what, 4 cards that aren't these. The Pokemon line's pretty heavy on getting them into play. Could have another Snorunt would be the only thing that focuses it more in on that. I think we send it with, yeah, Stone Cold. Good call on the Relicanth. Yeah, the Flamigo. I like the idea of the Flamigo, but I don't know what it does enough.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Jab, how you going, buddy? I think we're sending it with this. Because it's this, or maybe I do like Duo deck again, but I feel like I've used that a few too many times now. Send it with Stone Cold. All right. Submit list. Double check that I'm using the right list. Relicanth's in there. Yeah, beautiful. That happened last night. I'm like, oh, I think I switched to this list. And then I had to double check my list. Cause I'm like, I was bouncing between 2. Like, I was talking to Zen before the start of the tournament. I was like, at these 2 decks, what do you think? Any tweaks? And he's like, no, they seem good. This one seems stronger. And I was like, yeah, fair. And then meant to switch to it and didn't. Luckily, I played Jab round 1. So I was like, Jab, do you mind if I just double check my deck? I'm like, I'm running the wrong one. You already understand the rules. Yes. Deck name. Yes. Stone Cold. All right. How are we looking for Regos? We've got 18 people that are signed up for the tournament. Of those, most of you guys are checked in and have your lists in, so I can start going through the deck checks, which is good. Phaedra, if you're here, make sure to check in and submit your list. I know you were in chat earlier. You said you're having some internet issues, so if there's been more on that, maybe it just isn't going to pan out. Sick, need a list, need you to check in. Erupt, looks like you have submitted a list, just waiting for you to check in. Food King and Savi, both of you waiting for a list and for you to check in. Got technically 2 minutes until the tournament's meant to start. We usually give a little bit of leeway time. And I'm just going to start doing deck checks. So if you guys see any cards that are over the 2 count rule, shout them out to me in chat. I'm only human. Potentially I miss them too. This isn't meant to be like openly disclosing all the lists so you guys tech around it. Like your lists are locked in at this point. Ideally, don't make any changes. If you're making any changes to your deck list, please let me know in the Twitch chat if you do, because we'll have to recheck your list at that point in time. If you submit an illegal list when the tournament starts, like if you have 4 copies of a card when you're only meant to have 2, unfortunately, you're going to be removed from the tournament. If it's your first time in the event, we're a little bit more lenient, but I try to let everyone know in chat here. If you're in the Discord, I ping you there. And then if it's your very first time, we will usually just like start the tournament. I'll hop into chat, let you know the issues. Like if there's just one card where it's an issue, it's just like, hey, cut this card, add in another basic energy. It's fine. But if there's multiple, then no. Like last night we had someone that was just running a straight up Misty's Gyarados deck with like 4 off copies of everything. It's like, no. It's not your first time in this tournament. You know the rules. Like, unfortunately, you're removed. All right, so we've got ha. I love the username. Energies look good. Trainers, nothing over a 2 that I can see. Pokemon, nothing over a 2 that's not allowed to be. Basic Pokemon, you are allowed an extra copy for each stage of evolution. So we're seeing a Larvitar in there. That's fine. There's a Tyranitar. They've got a stage 2. They'd technically be allowed to have 4 copies of the Larvitar if they wanted to. Savi, no list yet. Food King, no list yet. Erupt, looks fine. I think this is a list they ran last night. Triple, looks fine. Surface Halo, the monkeys. I love that. Looks good. Bertica, newcomer to the format. Saw you pop up in the Twitch chat earlier. Welcome to the community. List looks good. Nothing over a 2 that can't be. Combis, you got 3. You've got a stage 1. That's fine. Jab. Also on that. Okay. Raspberry. Looks good. Nectar. All right. So case in point, Nectar, if you are in chat right now, please let me know. Your deck list currently is illegal. So you've got 4 copies of Applin. That's okay because you do have the Hydrapple in the deck. So you've got the stage 2. You're allowed 2 extra copies of the basic. You've got 4 copies of stage 1 though. Can't do that. Other than that, your Pokemon list is okay. Trainers, on the other hand, though, you've got multiple copies of things, so it's just a no-go. Like, you can't have 4 Festival Grounds, you can't have 4 Ionos, Research, etc. So, unfortunately, you will be removed from the tournament unless you update that before we kick off. If you want to update your deck before the tournament starts, at the top right here, there is a dashboard button. Click that. It takes you through to this page, and there's an edit deck list. You click that, you can re-upload one and make the tweaks. Have to do that before the first round kicks off though, because once the tournament starts, your list is locked in. So if anybody knows Nectar, or if you guys can see that they're in the Discord potentially, people tend to have multiple different usernames, so it makes it very difficult for me. So if I try to reach out to you and I can't, because on Limitless, you're Nectar, on PTCGL, you're Ray Pro, and then in Discord, you're, I don't know, Turn Up Kid 92. It's just the way it goes. But I will take a look in the Discord just to see if we have anyone close to one of those names and try and ping them. All right, Discord message sent. Well, I posted it in the 3B channel. If they're in there, is another story. Kool-Aid, you changed your list. All right, thanks for the heads up, buddy. I haven't got to your deck yet, so you are okay. I think I do have to refresh it though for it to go through. Where were we at? Nectar, Kool-Aid. We're just checking yours now. Nothing over a 2 that can't be. And it doesn't look like anything's over a 2 that can't be there as well. Looks fine. Phaedra, they've got a list in now. Perfect. Not sure what they're going for here. Interesting though. But nothing over a 2 that can't be. Pikachu. All right, so we're seeing the Dusclops. No Dust More because it is banned, so I appreciate that they stuck to that. And yeah, list looks good to go. Splatter. There you go. Yeah, if you guys are looking for like a festival grounds deck, Splatter is pretty much the maestro of that that archetype. So good stuff here. Strats. Fine. And Goat. Nice. So I think, yeah, we only have the one deck list issue today, which is helpful. I like when I don't have to, you know, talk to a bunch of people and be like, your list is illegal. So that's always appreciated. Also, Sonny, how you doing, my dude? How's the rest of your stream? I tried to pop in for a bit. I haven't been able to catch one of your streams in like, I feel like a few months now. I was in Europe for like a month, so that's part of the reason. But yeah, I feel like my schedule just hasn't lined up with yours. So I hope you've been well. And yeah, popping in for the Saturday Catterday stream. Nah, so welcome everyone coming over from Sunny's stream. I'm TripleBtcg, the host of the Budget Build Battles tournament over on Limitless. Today being the first Friday of the month for those of you over in North America, or Saturday afternoon for me, being a Canadian living in Koala country. But we are hosting a monthly special event for the Budget Build Battles format where we do it in your guys' time zone. Normally I host it Friday nights for Australia, so our first Friday of each month I try and do one for North America as well. It's all about single prize shenanigans, so no rule boxes, meaning your EXs and your ace specs aren't allowed, and you can only run 2 copies of a card that have the same name, just to add a little bit of interesting deck building to it. Some exceptions though, basic Pokemon that evolve, you can have 1 extra copy of the basic Pokemon for each stage of the evolution. So if it evolves into a stage 1, 3-2 evolution line, into a stage 2, you can have a 4-2-2 evolution line, just to add some consistency to them and so that big basics don't dominate the format. Yeah, how you guys going? Sonny, you read and understand the rules. Are you gonna be playing? You join it? Is it finally happening? Are we getting a little ray of sunshine into the Budget Build Battles format? That would be epic if it did. We've still got a little bit of time till we kick off, I think. Yeah, we're looking. I'm supposed to be starting it right now. If you want to join though, yeah, give me a heads up. We can wait. And just doing a double check on the list from Nectar, seeing if they did put through an update. Doesn't look like they have. And what is this, Raspberry? Raspberry, why? Why do you do that? And yeah, Nectar saying they have read and understand the rules. Unfortunately, their deck list is legal. Is a little awkward. We'll kick off the tournament. I'll hop into the chat with them just to let them know, hey, please refer to the rules. There's only 2 copies of a card allowed in your deck list, just so if they do want to participate in next week's or another week of Budget Build Battles, they're welcome to. But yeah, unfortunately, having a list with that many errors, we can't really help them. If it was like 1 card where they had 4 copies and it needed to be 2, it'd just be like, cut those, switch them with energy. It's your first time in the format. That's fine. This many though, it makes it pretty tricky. If there is anyone doing late registration though, please let me know now. We can wait another minute or 2. If not, I'm going to be hitting go in about 20 seconds. All right, taking a look at this. I thought I saw another name here. Looks like maybe they popped in, they popped out. And like they were so close. It's a frustrating bit. All right, hit and go though. Good luck everybody. I hope you enjoy your matches. If you have any questions, please pop into chat. Let me know. If is anyone wanting to join late as well, we do have late registration open, so you're more than welcome to. And if you have any judge calls, I do try and check on Limitless, but always appreciate it if you can just let me know in chat here. It makes it a little bit easier instead of me bouncing around. But yeah, Sonny, you gonna be sleeping? That's fair, man. That is fair. You going to NAIC, Sonny? You gonna be sussing that out? All right, for matchups, does look like we have an odd amount of players, so Savi getting themselves a bye, and I've got to pop into the chat with Nectar. All right. I hope that helped. I'm glad that they're understanding about it though, because we have had people where it's like I tell them that and they're like, that's not the rules. I'm like, but it's literally my format, and it is. It says it right on the front page. Oh, Surface Halo, you're in stream? Beautiful. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. I'm like, I can't really type this much. All right, looks like I'm playing Splatter, though. Yeah. So, Halo, if you're watching, what you normally do up here, or not Splatter, what did I say? Surface Halo. In here, where it says Splatter, so that's his screen name, I'd click that. It's going to copy that to your clipboard. You go to PTCGL. Make sure that you have the correct deck list selected, which I've submitted Stone Cold as mine that I'm going to be playing this tournament. You go to Profile, Friends, and you're just going to paste their screen name there, add them as a friend, and then just send them a challenge. So I've already got Splatter, so that speeds things up. Go to his name, challenge friends, make sure I've got the right deck list selected, which I do. Send the match request, and then we just play a game. When the match concludes, you go back to Limitless, and then you're just going to submit your result. So if you won, click win. If you lost, click lose. If you need any assistance from judges, like if you think your opponent's slow playing or anything like that, there should be a judge call button on your screen in Limitless. Yeah. It's difficult for me to bounce around between these. I have it set up so like when a game starts, it just goes. But yeah, in Limitless, there'd be like a judge call button. So if your opponent isn't showing up for whatever reason, or you think they're slow playing, or if there's an issue with the game, like if it crashes and it's at the start of it, click the judge call. One of us will try and pop over. There's usually myself, Rema, MWDC, Zen, or Dudsta that is helping out with judging. I think today it might just be me though. I haven't seen any of them pop up in chat yet. So we will see. Not a great opening hand. Not seeing any draw supporters. And okay, thankfully they don't hit us for weakness. They can double tap us though. So a bit of concerns. How's Garganical going to them? He gets it for weakness too. Okay, so they can one-shot the Garganicals. I think I just need to lean very heavily into Frostlass for this one. Because like I could go Buddy Buddy for Knackley Snowrunt, but like is Garganical actually fixing any numbers in this matchup? I don't think so. I think it's that I need to focus on being a bit more aggressive and just hitting him. Chuck that on there. I take 30 less damage. He won't be doing too much. They do double tap though, so full bench 100, 110 with a bit band goes down to 80. Still gets there. So I need a dark energy. Unless I try and do an Evo play here. How am I looking for these? I could get the Frostlasses out already. I think that's the play. Yeah, so we're gonna go Buddy Buddy. Double Snowrunt. Chuck this on Xia. Go Vessel. I don't think I'll need Relicanth for this one. Oh, actually, could be very relevant. Could do the Garganical and just lock non-attackers in the active while Frostlass chips away at their bench. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Okay. Could have done this differently. Anywho, locked in at this point. Chucking this on here to give myself more health. So if they do get the double tap, I should be able to survive it. I feel like I just put this down just so if they do get through this, I can pivot into Relicanth. If he gets knocked out, it's not the end of the world. And then we'll just go evolution here. Do need to be mindful. These are going to be shredding my guys too. So yeah, I'd like to get him out sooner than later. Might have goofed. We'll see. Yeah, maybe I should have gone one Snow Runt, one Knackly, Evo TM. I get the Knackle Stackle and a Frostlass out, and then I manually evolve Garganical the next turn. But I just don't know that that puts enough pressure onto the opponent. Also, I think Leo wants out. Give me a second, guys. Goodbye to the stream. And just realized I wasn't even in the full screen. There we go. Apologies. Talking through plays, probably difficult for you to say. Scott Summers, we say Garganical the same way. The cartoon is wrong. Why? How's the cartoon say it? Gargnicle? That sounds gross. That sounds like something you have to go to the doctor and be like, hey, I got this Gargnicle on my knee. Can I get this removed? Like, no, sir, you need that to live. I'm like, oh, I don't like it. Shouldn't be there. All right. What do they do? Just pivoting into Badu? You're just going to item lock me? Okay. I'm going to gust that up then. Because you've already got a rescue board committed to that. I don't want you getting to a point where this can be in the active and you can be getting any card from your deck. Oh. Gunning for that. But really need the Garganical out. Okay, we found the Knackly. Nice. Check that on there. Like, so tempted to just hard retreat into this and corner him here. But I do think I need to do this. Right? Because if I ever corner, then they just kind of go like, that's fine. I'll just hit this. I go into this, I hit this for weakness. It's more like Gargle Knackle. Oh, that sounds aggressive. Really aggressive. I don't like that. I feel like someone would be yelling that as they're like coming to elbow me in the face. And they're like, what is this gibberish? I know I'm about to get hurt and I don't like it. Yeah, Scott, how are you doing, buddy? I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. It's been a minute. You still doing your Smash Bros streams? You get Switch 2? You playing some Smash on Switch 2 now? Burglar, Gargadese Knackles. See, like, that sounds wrong. What is that? It sounds like a growth you need to get removed. Be like a what? Like a barnacle on your knee? It's not good. It's bad for your health. You get that checked out, man. Okay, we are slowly killing our own board. I should have got the Knackly. I should have gone that route. Wasn't expecting that they'd be struggling to get into this game as much as we are. So our Relicanth's gonna die now. That's neat. Love that. Oh, whoops. Elbowed my water. Just streamed Smash and Mario Kart World. Nice. Man, Mario Kart's so good. I played a bit of it on my Thursday night. And like, depending on how the tournament goes, maybe we play a little bit today. We'll see. see, we're doing the budget build battles tournament over on Limitless right now and hosting it. And I think they only stream for it. So I got to play it out. But I want to be playing some Mario Kart. I guess the nice thing about Switch is handheld, right? Like I could just be playing Switch, multitasking, and trying to keep up with chat somehow. All right, Knackley, this isn't looking good. I feel like I have goofed. That hurts my soul. It's right there. It's right there. Okay, I've got another one. He pokes him. I get to survive one more turn. Bench him. Maybe get him out before this dies. I do like that because we have the double Frost Lass out though. They're likely holding off any plays. Like they could be risky, right? Like if they're holding its wacky, they could be holding its wacky right now, but if they don't have an out for a Diplin, there's no point in them benching the wacky because then it's just like all of a sudden there's a counter on that, right? Like it's like you have this many turns until that is gone from the game. So if I can get into like a Judge or an Iono, we're good. I have 8 supporters in the deck. Just need to draw into one. Just one. Their game freeze? What happened there? Or they don't want to let him back into the active? There, you can poke him. I need him to live. Also, do I get another Knackley? I feel like I do. He's pretty cool. Right? Because I never want to be in a situation where, like, if this gets KO'd, I have to promote this. Is a bit annoying, though, that, yeah, because they've taken so much damage and I have 2 of these out, I'm not going to be able to outpace the damage that's already on them. Like, I do need to get a second Garganical out, or they're just going to sit at these numbers. It's like, every time these trigger, these go back to 0, like, having taken 0 damage for that turn, but... Alright, and I gotta check in with Splatter. Like, did his game freeze? What's going on? Oh, no, he's still here. I just need a supporter, please. Oh, so silly. Good to see you playing your favorites. Is Garganical your favorite? It's pretty cool. You do that between Smash matches sometimes. Nice, just playing a little bit of Mario Kart. He's neat. I like him. It's just like Minecraft, the Pokemon. But also, what is going on in this game? Like, we're both just like, oh, I got nothing going on. They've got almost a 10-card hand. Like, nah. Give me an energy, give me a supporter, give me something. Scott, they don't have a counter for Frost Lass? I don't think so. I'm thinking that's likely the setback they're running into, is they effectively need to find all the evolutions, an energy, and a boss's orders in one go. Right? Because like there's no point in evolving the Thwacky or the Diplin until they can start swinging. So it's like if you find a Diplin and you find a Thwacky, you pivot into the Thwacky, then having that in the active lets your Thwacky get any card you need from the deck. So then it's like, okay, Thwacky, get me boss up one of the Frost Lasses, hit it. They also need to fill their bench though, because right now they'd be doing 60 damage with the Diplin, and they don't even have Festival Grounds in play yet. So yeah, it's a little awkward. Chef Husky, how's it going, buddy? popping in on YouTube. Frostas eats these apples for breakfast. Yeah, it does. Oh, cheeky frozen apple. They're delicious. You ever have a freeze-dried apple? I haven't, but I'm going to say they're good because I'm on the side doing the freeze-drying. But yeah, we need something. We need something here. Give me an energy. Give me a supporter. A knackle stackle. Okay, another rare candy is cool if I can get the other Garganical and not be item locked. But yeah, this game's going nowhere fast. Another Grookey showing up on their side of the bench though, so they're slowly but surely making their potential Diplin stronger. Maybe they prized them. They wouldn't have prized both Diplin, right? It's a risk. It is a risk that you run in that list. I feel like they need to run that, what's the ticket called? Some ticket. Redeemable ticket or something like that, where it's just like, switch your prize cards with the top cards from your deck of like the same amount. So it's like, oh, if you have 6 prizes, put those into your deck, take the top 6 cards of your deck, put those as your prizes, shuffle it. Or it might actually just be take your prizes, shuffle them into your deck, put the top 6. I'd have to read it. Some sort of sequencing of that where it's like, do stuff, your prizes are in your deck now though. So if they did prize double Diplin, they have a way to at least get them into the list. And like when you're that reliant on just one card being your attacker, but you're only allowed 2 counts in your deck, it makes it a little risky. So some liability with that. All right, looks like we are gonna get punched in the face finally. Well deserved. Do they have the means to punch us in the face twice though? Like with a hand that big, I feel like they do. There's no way that they don't, right? And this is covering their hand size. You guys can take a peek. They got a 10 card hand right now. Now 9. All right. They've got the festival grounds. So Knackley's going to get KO'd. I could go into the other Knackley. Right? Because like, I don't really want to go into Okidogi. I want to keep him as an attacker. I also don't really want to give a Frostlass because that's our way of like dealing with them right now. And I can't go into Garganical because then I just... bad times is had. Right? Like this is keeping me alive. Or else I'm killing my own guy. I think we just promote the Okidogi here. I have the ability to hard retreat him. Could technically put down the Ursaluna. It's also grass weak, so it's not doing too much. But it's just something else I can go into. Like this gets knocked out, I promote this. Oh, this game frustrates me sometimes. Like, oh, were you looking for this? You knew I was. Okay, I think we go Super Rod, Relicanth, Knackley back in. Or Super Rod the Energies back in. I could Super Rod the Energies back in. Right? Hard retreat. Oh, I hard retreat this. The extra health goes away though. No. Can't do it. And we got bits getting donated by Chad Everman. How you doing, buddy? Also, apparently I didn't turn off the Movember thing. So we still got a little mustache chew popping up, spitting flax. Appreciate that, bud. How are you going? Just pops in. Here, $2. Love it. I think we just lose. Right? They take out the Okidogi here. Do they? Yes. He has 60 HP left. They do 100. We take 30 less. We take 70. Yeah. We get unalived. Way she goes sometimes. I could have got another Garganical out. We would have been in a very good spot. Because then it's just, yeah, Okidogi just tanks hits from Diplins. We heal them off with their Garganicals. Eventually they outpace us, but Puts us in a pretty good way. Boss Frostlass? Boss Garganical. Boss Frost. Yeah. Okay. That buys them enough time to stay in the game. But it also means my Garganical can actually be healing this. Because he just takes 10 between turns. We heal off 20. We get to a point where they do have to do the double tap to deal with the Okie Dokie. So they KO this, promote this as our active. They have Thwacky, they can get into another boss. Frostlass isn't putting up enough damage to be a threat to them anymore. Like, with the amount of prizes they've taken, at least. Alright, I like the concept of this list. Awkward matchup. One, having things that are weak to him. And two, just not finding a draw supporter. There's so many in the deck. I'm like, yeah, we'll be fine. I don't have any, like, draw utility Pokemon, but, like, 8 draw supporters, we'll be alright. And just not. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I can check this on here. They just win anyways. It's pointless. Yeah, if they hadn't taken out that Frostlass, this would be dead right now. They may not have had another festival lead. I think they just haven't evolved this one because they don't want it taking pings. But these would be on 80 right now instead of 60. This would have been dead. If they didn't have this, it comes back to our turn. Those get taken out. Yeah, forcing the double. Oh, that's funny. And yeah, we do that. All right. I don't hate the deck. I like it. I think it's got legs. I just don't think that that was a great showing for it. What we could have done differently, turn 1, we could have gone for a Snorunt and a Knackley, Evo TM'd, got a Knackle Stackle and a Frostlass just so we had our Garganical and our Frostlasses out at the same time, so it puts pressure on the opponent's board, but it heals ours, because then we could have had the Okie Dokie tanking hits, getting healed off while still pressuring the opponent to be like, you can't put too many guys with abilities out or you're going to have a bad time. That said, though, we weren't really finding energy, we weren't really finding draw supporters, so it's like, if we had done that, they still would have got to a point where they just go double tap things, and then I think it just snowballs in their favor. So hindsight, some things we could have done differently. Bad times though. And then getting constantly item locked by the Budu and only drawing into items. Too good. Raspberry Dipling cooked your deck? I wouldn't say Dipling cooked my deck. I'd say that the variance wasn't really great. I wasn't drawing into Henry Energy. I wasn't finding any draw supporters. And yeah, it was just like, here's Rare Candy, here's Super Rod, here's like Experience Share. And I'm like, what do I do with this? I feel like the deck has legs. And into that matchup, I don't think we're as unfavored as it may seem. Like the fact that they hit us for weakness into multiple guys, that's not great. But yeah, if we can get the double Frostlass out, it puts a lot of pressure on them, where it's like, you need everything in hand to do these plays before you take any actions, or there's no point in doing it. Like if they evolve their Diplom before they have the Thwackies out, or before they have the Festival Grounds, just to start putting a bit of pressure, they've already made a mistake. So I think that we did play fine for the resources we had, but yeah, way it goes. Scott, you're creating the greatest gambling deck for the format. Are you going to be playing? We do have late registration. Still got 5 minutes left in this round. How much time do you need? I could, you know, say that it's five Namekian minutes. Hey? I know how to tell time like Frieza. This planet's gonna explode in 5 minutes. 10 episodes later. This planet's gonna explode in 5 minutes. But it's been like several hours. Heard of Runiculus? Yes. That's the one that it's like, look at the top X amount of cards of your deck, put them into play? Or is it the new one that kind of scaled damage like Torterra? There's one that's like 40 damage for each of your evolution Pokemon in play. That one? Okay. You need 7 minutes. Might be able to stretch that. First one, the one that gets the evolutions out? Okay. And you're across the rules of the format. Also, the monthly special event, there is a special rule. Dusknoir and Fan Rotom are banned. So just in case you're trying to put those into your deck. No Dusknoir. I don't know if that impacts it, because I feel like Runiculus would be cheating out Dusknoirs and you'd be doing some shenanigans. So just in case you're going that direction. You need the rule list? Okay. Here you go. So, rules, bans are Dusknoir and Fan Rotom, and then you can only have 2 copies of a card that have the same name in your deck. That applies to your special energies, your trainers, and your Pokemon. Pokemon that evolve, though, can have an extra copy of the basic for each stage of the evolution that's in your deck. So, for example, Runiculus being a stage 2, its basic Pokemon could have 2 extra copies of it. So you could have a 4-2-2 evolution line if you wanted. Same thing applies for like Pokemon that are items that count as Pokemon. So if you want to run fossil Pokemon as an example, like Amistar, if you have an Amistar in your deck, you can have 4 of the Helix fossil. Or the Jesus fossil, or whatever it's called. Oh no, it's Jesus Bird. It's been a while since I watched Twitch from Pokemon. Twitch plays Pokemon. Lord Helix, that's what it was. No, you don't play those? Easy. Raspberry, watch him get first place with Runiculus. Alright. Yeah, I can wait until 10 after 12. It's 5 after 12 right now. So 5 more minutes, and then I think we can kick off the next round. We can milk a little bit of time. All the games have concluded, so I don't want to make people wait too long. Oh, it looks like Erupt joins a little bit late. That's all good. I'll just double check their list, make sure it is legal. Where are they on here? Erupt, have you not submitted a list? Oh, I just can't check lists through there once it starts. Limitless, you funny. There we go, deck list. That's fine. Running it back with the Sizzlepede Centiskorch. I don't understand this the Centiskorch. Why run this over Steelix? Steelix is the same thing. It's just does 180 HP instead of 130. And steel instead of fire. Same card. The rest of the deck would operate the same. You just change fire into steel. Raspberry woke up at 3 AM just because of this journey. You're wild, child, man. Squid, you weren't bothered sleeping in? List is in? Nice. Kool-Aid, it beats Steelix. Steelix would beat this too. This has 130 HP. Steelix does 130. Steelix one-shots this. This hits Steelix for weakness. Yes. If they're paired into each other, they are equal. Fire equals weakness. Fire, the weakness is irrelevant. Steelix also one-shots this. It's just into other matchups. It has more health. So it's like, oh, you like Steelix into Festival Grounds as an example. Our Festival lead. Festival lead hits Steelix, he resists it. They're capped at doing 80 damage, even with a Vit Band. They do 160 over 2 hits. They don't get a KO into Steelix. And then you just Monkey Door that damage back at them. The retreat cost is higher. That is the one downside. I commented that in the Discord. I was like, this is the one thing against it is, yeah, if you open the Onyx, the retreat cost being a little bit higher is a bit awkward if you don't want that to start. But other than that, I feel like Steelix is just the better pick. I don't know. What's the other arguments to it? The weakness is completely irrelevant. The baby one can one-shot Badu? Valid. That is, see, that's some legitimacy to it. Splatter, not the last time we played? Huh? What do you mean? What? not saying the weakness of my guys is irrelevant. I'm saying the weakness of steel is. It's max 30 for 1 energy is pretty good. Buy Dragon reminds me of it when you're trying to make Sandaconda Aggron work. Sandaconda Aggron? What's that Sandaconda do? Steelix Aggron slaps. Sneaky old crab played that for ages, and it is a force. It's still really good. Trailer Park Dad. Is this you? Is this you, Scott? You Trailer Park Dad? Nope. Okay. Got another late registration. Beautiful. I love this. And they followed the rules. Oh my god. Trailer Park Dad, if you're in chat right now. Chef's kiss. Beautiful. Made my day. Scott, you're double dozer. Have you submitted a list yet? Or are you still working on it? Because it's a late check-in's like a little bit funny. You can sign up for the tournament, I think, just from the main page here. But then to submit your deck list, you've got to go to the top right. There's a dashboard button, which is, of course, just underneath where I have my webcam. But you can see it kind of light up. And then you go into here, and there should be a late check-in button. That's all good, man. That's all good. 2 more minutes. Giving you a little bit of bonus time. Maybe I'll give you 3. Who do you main in Mario Kart? Actually, don't answer that question. That means you're typing in chat instead of submitting a deck list. Don't answer that question. Jab, whatever happened to Crab? He's still around. He's still around. I haven't seen him streaming too much recently. I think our schedules just haven't been lining up. I also, like, went away to Europe for a month. So we may have just fallen off each other's radars due to that. Raspberry made it into imitation crab. You can buy him for Raspberry. No, probably crab raving. It could be. All right, take a look. Okay, still waiting. Well, a little bit longer. We're only 3 minutes overtime. Good, good. Squid, today you made coffee with half normal milk, half oat milk because you ran out of normal milk. Ah. Big Pikachu, you're competing. You are. You are. You're on here. This is you. This is you, man. How you going? Also, apologies, Seek Pikachu, if you're like, why isn't the next round starting? We have some people doing late check-in, so I'm just giving them a little bit of buffer time. Get their deck lists in. So we've got 2 extra people that have joined so far, and then we have Scott Summer is also just putting in his deck list right now. So just give us a few more numbers. Does mean that there is more points potentially up for grabs for you guys. So we do have a season that runs for this event if you're new to the format. I'm currently in season 3. And with it being a monthly special event, first place is going to get 25 points, second place gets 20 points, top 4 will get 15 points if we have at least 8 people playing, and top 8 get 12 points if we have at least 16. And I think we are currently at about 16. So yeah, it's good to pad that number. And also just let more people play the format. Helps grow the community. It's good times. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this for running the tournament at this time as just like the weekly thing? Because I normally do this as the monthly event, but I'm considering for season 4 switching it and making it so this is the weekly event, and then the Friday night in Australia one becomes the monthly one. Squid, you're Australian too? It's the worst bit. You meant to be good at coffee. Is proper espresso from ground beans and espresso machines? Yeah. It's like legit coffee here. I love it. It's so early. What do you mean it's so early? It's 12. It is noon right now. Are you WA? 10 a.m. for you. That's not that bad. That's like normal wake up Saturday cartoon time. Okay, maybe I start it an hour later. I would start it at this time. I'd like, nah, because then it makes an awkward time for the North Americans. 10 a.m. on a Saturday. Yeah, still sleeping. During the week, I have to wake up at 6 a.m. Getting to sleep until 10 is beautiful. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. See, like we're trying to reach everybody. That's sleeping. I guess so, but like the Friday night ones we normally run, it's like 6 a.m. on a Friday morning for the Americans. I wake up at like 10 a.m. and that's a nice sleep in. Normally, like this morning, I think I got up at 8:15, and that was technically a sleep in for me. It was beautiful. All right, Scott, what's going on, man? I think we're at about 10 minutes now. I gotta kick off the next round. You can still do late check-in into round 2. It's just, yeah, you take 2 losses on it. So if you can let me know in chat right now that you're just submitting the list, you're going through. Where do you enter? Okay, perfect. Go to this page, follow that link. There should be a register for tournament button. You're gonna click that. After you click that, it should prompt you to put in your deck list, but with the late check-ins, I think it might be a little bit different. So if it is, go to the top right where it says dashboard. You click that button, it'll take you through to this screen, and then there will definitely be a button that says late check-in. You click that, you post your list, and then we're good. And I will do like a speed run in deck checking for you. Itchly Bellotad. Real? Like, I don't know. If you can sleep in until then, I don't know. My body's kind of just programmed to just wake up now. Squid, you're in bed at 4 a.m. today. Usually up at 8 for school. You went to bed at 4. Whoa. Splatter laughs in 4 a.m. Europe? Yeah, like, we got people all over the world. Where do I enter? From Discord? What do you mean from Discord? What? I posted the Limitless link. You click that, it brings you to this. I'm confused. What's in Discord? Are you posting your list in Discord, or are you asking about something in Discord? You post your list in Limitless. You click this link. This page will pop up. I'll move this. And then there's this dashboard button. You click that. Now I want to move my camera back. Oh my god, I can't just Control Z this. Mistakes have been made. There we go. But yeah, you click the dashboard button. It brings you through to here, and you can click late check-in. We're gonna have to kick off the next round though, so like I really hope like you're doing this right this second, because I don't want people dropping because we've waited like too long to kick off the next round. Like, don't start yet. You gotta use the bathroom. We're already so over time, man. You got 5 minutes. You're fine. You're going to the bathroom now. You'll be back in time. That's all good. All right, Scott, you in? Is it working? That's speedy. Almost. All right. Signing up. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Itchly Lotet peak? What? If he had the other thing, is that what you're saying? What Raspberry was saying? Are you saying peak to that? Lotad, come on. Alright, doesn't look like he's in just yet. Eating breakfast while playing though, like, bit jealous. I should probably be eating lunch. I always forget to eat lunch on the weekends. It's just one of those things where it's like, I have breakfast. Oh, actually, I didn't even have breakfast. Oh, never mind. No, I did get caught up. Because yeah, my partner was going to work. We had a chat, and then I was doing some background stuff for the stream. Raspberry 10-minute timeout is insane. Wow, who got 10 minutes of timeout? All right, Scott, where are we at, man? Not trying to rush you, but also a little bit trying to rush you. It says not open. What's not open? This? You click this link? You should click that. It'll take you through to the monthly special event. Oh, we have late check-in open, do we not? Yeah, other people have done late check-in. So do that, and then dashboard. And you should be able to do it. If not, Erupt, are you in here? How did you do it? Because that's my understanding, is that you just go through those steps. Because you should be able to go to this page. I'm going to open this in another browser and just see what I see. Okay, so when I open that, I'm seeing late registration for this tournament is open. There's a register now button. Click that. It says you have to be logged in to register for a tournament. That's whatever. I'm not making a second account to do this. But yeah, you should just be able to click register now. Is it not showing you that? Sago 10, late check-in was open for you? Yeah, very odd. All right, I'm not too sure what's going on for you, Scott. We might just have to kick it off, though. You should still be able to do late check-in into round 2. It would just be, yeah, you're missing the first 2 rounds of the tournament, unfortunately. So we'll give it another like 30 seconds. So if you're like, oh, I just got in, I don't want to like cut you off. But yeah, we kind of need to kick it off now. How much overtime are we? Yeah, we're at 12 minutes overtime. I think we just gotta go. I'm sorry, Scott. I want you to play. I really want to see what you cooked up. But yeah, you should be able to do late check-in into the next round as well. So if you want to keep having a go. It does look like we may have had some people drop. Strats dropped. Okay. Was that the person that had the illegal list? But yeah, we're sitting at a perfect 16, so we will be getting points for top 8. Also, welcome to the Goomba Gang, Sago 10. And into round 2, looks like I am paired against Kool-Aid Lemonade. Nice. Nice. All right, bud, if you are in chat, just make sure to mute and minimize. And I'll see you in the match in a moment. What are they cooking today? Toad Scroll, Dodrio, Ekans, Arbok. Okay, so the Arbok is I can't play Pokemon with abilities from my hand. Toad Scroll makes it so I can't get Pokemon back, or cards back from the discard pile into my hand. Buddy for item lock, Cleffa for draw support for them. Sneasel as a sniper, Tatsu, Grimer. What's Grimer do? The end of your opponent's next turn, discard the defending Pokemon and all attached cards. That's kind of evil. I don't hate it. Like, it's cool. But I also kind of hate it. All right. Scott, you don't have to apologize, man. You don't have to apologize. Like, I want you to join. Like, it'd be great to have you as part of the community and participate in the events. Yeah, if you want to keep trying to get in, you're more than welcome to. I can't see your screen. Like, if you want to send me a screenshot maybe of what you're seeing, message me on Discord and I'll try and help you get through. But yeah, I'm just not sure what's going on there. And like, you definitely clicked the link that I posted in chat. You're not going to like next week's tournament or something. All right, opening the snow run. Less than ideal. Are we going first or second? They decide to go first. We go second. We've got Arvin. We've got Energy. I can get the Buddy Pop and Evo TM play. That's concerning. No. I want that. I want that. How are we looking? Double Frost Sauce is in there. One of my snow runs is prized. Okay. So I can't even Evo TM out the Frost Sauces. So Buddy Poffin, double Knackley into double Knackle Stackle. All right. And then hope that they don't get that off. And the Arbok only prevents me from putting Pokemon with abilities from my hand into play. So I could technically get around it by using Evolution TM again on these. That's kind of funny. Thick Pikachu, just wondering if someone has an illegal list one round, can they play if they fix it into the next round? Your opponent is gone. What do you... What? Didn't we drop them? Who are you playing against? Their deck list isn't illegal. The Jude Salinas, their deck list is fine. Okay, the other thing I can do here is I can technically get him out this way. All right, I can't play them from my hand, but I can play them using your Artisan. Thank you. I could judge them. Yeah, I'll judge. Morty isn't doing enough. Do that. Like, I'm tempted to just retreat into Relicanth. Guess I could have attached there and we could go for the corner play, right? Like, boss one of these up, ping him with corner. Might just let the Snorunt sit. If he gets knocked out, like, it's not the end of the world. I think we're more so leaning into our Garganicles healing our guys between turns. And it's just how do we get to that point? Which is, I need to find Evolution TM. Another Evolution TM. But yeah, Thick Pikachu, if your opponent's not there, if they don't check in the allotted time, you just get the win. Also, yeah, why is Nectar still here? I thought they said they were dropping. And that I dropped them. Then who is Strats? Said there was someone named Strats that dropped. Weird. Chuck that on Shaw. That's helpful. Not quite doing enough yet, but helpful. It's just how do I get you into play, and do I bother getting another attacker out now? Don't think so. I just attach here so I have a pivot Pokemon in a pinch. Is there any logic in saving him? I save him, he just throws the counters back at me. Yeah, check it there as pivot. It's basic non-fighting Pokemon. This is a fighting Pokemon, his retreat cost is still 1, even with that in play. That's okay. This is only doing 30 damage to each of our guys. He's taking 30 less, he's taking 30 less. This gets knocked out, promote that. It's in the active, just eating hits. They try and charge up a Dodrio to be relevant. I just need to get into a fighting energy. This gets knocked out before Toedscruel comes out. Lana can get me this energy back. Okie dokie can start attacking. I can play the Garganicle the following turn. This is going to be doing 120, 130 damage. Minus 30, 100 damage. We'll be okay. All right. Scott Summers, card Team Rocket's Tyranitar 181 was not found. You get this when you try to submit your list. Weird. Can you just submit just the regular artwork of that card instead and just see if it lets that go through? Because I'm wondering if just the alt art of it isn't registering on Limitless. That is very odd. All right, get these back. Attach that there. I know that there's not another Snorunt in the deck. I'm hesitant about putting this down before we deal with him. Oh, I do 340 damage. I hit him for weakness. Never mind. Yeah, we 100% put this down right now then. That's fine. I overlooked that. Like, oh yeah, we just explode him. Okay, reversal energy is online for them now though. So they'll hit us 30 damage to all their guys. If they don't evolve it though, we are laughing. Right, if they can't evolve, I can still play the Garganical. I can start healing all my guys. We can go Brock scouting for another Garganical. We can Ultra Ball for a Frostlass. They had it though, so it is what it is. Rare Candy could be relevant. I could just cheat another Garganical, or cheat a Garganical out that way. And have the Knackle Stackles on the bench as replacements. Or this damaged one that's about to get taken out. Doesn't need to be replaced. They take out Relicanth here. They take out Knackle Stackle here. So they go Monkey Dory, move 10 off one of those. Onto the bench Knackle Stackle that's on 60. And then Arbok KOs it. Or they can move 30 onto Snorunt and take it out before it becomes the thing. Or not? They already used Monkey yet? I think I missed something. Yeah, bench that. Just to play it safe. Might be a liability. They do have another Ekans on their board. Got these ready to go though. And the experience share? Like I might as well keep it in play, right? This gets KO'd, this gets moved there. Theoretically, Rare Candy Garganical, it's a threat. And yeah, we just bank on them not having another out to Arbok. But it's like Night Stretcher, Lana. They get there. One's in the discard only, yeah. Ekans in the active, they've got another Arbok. I effectively have 3 prizes they're about to take here. Potentially setting up for 4 because the Knackley is going to be taking 30 from this. Monkey Dory can put 30 on it. If they don't have the Arbok though, we are sitting pretty. Because it'd just be Evolve Frostlass. Attach the fighting probably just to this to play it safe. Research this hand. Find another Garganical. Go. Scott just submitted the list with the 2 of the other Tyranitars. You have 1 of each in your deck. Okay. Functionally the same card though? Like 2 of the Team Rocket's Tyranitar. It's just you're running 1 of the full art version instead of just the regular art version. That's fine. As long as it's functionally the same card, I'm not upset. That's, yeah. Weird that it wouldn't let it post through though. See, I'm not sure. Limitless must have it listed as something slightly different. No, it's 2 different cards. What do you mean? Like you put in 2 regular Tyrannotars, and it's meant to be Team Rocket's Tyranitar. You've submitted the list, though? I'll take a look at the list. Oh, looks like our opponent's playing out their stuff still. One is Item Lock and one is Rocket. Okay. Okay, so one of your Tyrannotars is meant to be a Team Rocket's Tyranitar, but you've just submitted it as a regular Tyranitar. All right. Just when you get into your matches, if you can just click the judge call and I'll pop in. I'd like just say what you've said to me there. Click judge call, I'll pop in and be like, yep, good to go. Discussed on stream. Limitless list was being weird. That's very odd though. What's he doing? What are you doing with these Devos? No. Okay.
That's not gonna fly here.
We just top deck the Jock. Oh, too good. Welcome to the Goomba game. Thank Pikachu. Okay, so we're just gonna rare candy this out. That top deck, though. Do that. Puts a little bit of pressure on them. Also does technically accelerate their Dodrio's damage output, but is what it is. Should I just corner him here? No, we go for the KO. Might have goofed, actually. Because the Frostlass sets these up. He'd still be pinging it, though. He pings that for another 10, goes to 60. They do 180, 190. That gets reduced down to 160, but because Frostlass pings him, it's actually relevant. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I might have done myself in a little bit here. Didn't need to evolve that. Didn't need to evolve that yet. Scott, you missed it. Not sure how to get to the match. It's all good, Scott. So this round has already kicked off. Like we're already playing into round 2, so you'll just have to wait for the next one to start. But when the next one starts, you'll literally just go to, there's a pairings button and you can see the matches. You can find yourself there and click it. Also, because you're just doing it as a participant, not as an administrator, you'll see the screen slightly differently than me. So I think it'll actually like send you a notification on Chrome or whatever browser you're using. It'll just be like, hey, the next round's paired, and like just take you to the screen you need to go to. But it should be pretty straightforward. When we get to the next round, though, if you need assistance, let me know and we can go from there. All right, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here. Them taking this out, it's like, do I even bother evolving this? Because yeah, it is just accelerating their damage output more than mine. Actually, how many energy are they running? 4 on the discard, 2 dark, a reversal, and a rocket. 2 in play already. Nine total. Okay, so they should be able to find one. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'll just evolve here. That gets taken out. Pressure's put onto them. We've got the other Garganical. Do I even bother with the Tinglu here? Yeah. If I can do a cheeky bit of spread damage into them, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Do I even bother about retreating here, though? It's probably the call. Never mind. The stadium's in play. Yeah, I should have just saved that for that. Anywho, I'm getting a bit caught up. Just pass. Yeah, so Frostlass takes out the Dodrio between turns. Our Garganicals fully heal our board. Not sure why they're triggering in that order. That's very odd. But yeah, we have double Garganical, so it still cancels out. It's just like deciding on an order of operations. It's like, I don't know, do one, then the other, then one, then the other. Ones that damage my things, and then the ones that heal my things, please. I should be the one choosing the order. All right. But yeah, Scott, just to give you some visibility on the behind the scenes stuff. So when you get into your match, it'll show you your opponent's name. It'll show you your opponent's Pokemon TCGL name. You can literally just copy that, like click on it. It'll copy it to your clipboard. Go into PTCGL, add them as a friend, play out the match. When the game's over, you submit loss or win. There'll be a little timer that goes. So if both people agree on the outcome, timer goes away. But it's just like, if your opponent just hasn't showed up or something, and it's kind of like, okay, well, like I win because it's been 10 minutes, they haven't shown up. It should just automatically do that. If someone doesn't check in, it automatically does it, but just there as like a failsafe. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a little chat box here, so if you want to talk to your opponent, like say, hey, good game, how's it going, stuff like that, you're welcome to. And you can see your opponent's deck list down here as well, so you have some visibility. So it's like, if you're trying to do stall plays, as an example, it's like, if I boss up one of their Pokemon, what's the likelihood that that buys me a turn so I can establish my bench? Check their discard. Have they used all their switch? Or is my opponent running boss's orders? Is my opponent running rare candy? Do they have recovery cards? Like things like that. It can be relevant knowledge to have. So yeah, hope that kind of helps. If there's any questions, like please let me know. And it looks like we are just waiting on one match to conclude here, and then we'll kick off round 3 of the tournament. So you'll get paired up with somebody. We have dropped Nectar. I thought I had done that the previous round, so it's weird that their name still shows up here. So we should have a even amount of players, so it shouldn't be anyone on a bye. And yeah, we'll go into the next round. It'll show who you're paired against and just go through there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty user-friendly system, but yeah, the first time you use it, it can be a little bit intimidating. It's just like, oh, I've never done a tournament online before. Who do I click? And it's like, there's a lot going on. But once you kind of familiarize yourself with it, it's just like, oh, I just need to look at these screens. Like, this is pretty easy. And like, if you really want to deep dive into the data, you can. Like, you can see, click on your opponent's name, see who they played previously, see their win rate, look into their deck lists ahead of time if you want to give it a sus. You can even like click open as an image. Like, I don't know how familiar you are with Limitless, but just to get like a picture of their deck if you're more of a visual person. And there's even the deck list builder. So if you like someone's list and you're like, you kind of want to riff off of it, you click the deck builder, takes you to this screen, and you can kind of play around with the deck list, and then just share copy as text. You import that onto PTCGL. So yeah, great little tool to have. All right, but yeah, we've got Splatter into Goat. Oh, it's a weird sequence of usernames to read. Poor Goat. Oh, also, I keep forgetting we have the giveaway running. We'll pick a winner for that. I get caught up. I got a lot of little things going at the same time. Opening up entries again in case anyone wants to jump in on that exclamation raffle. Make sure you are a follower of the channel so that you can enter. But yeah, it's currently 20 PTCGL code cards that are up for grabs. If you are subscribed, you do win triple that amount though. And if you're feeling lucky or just generous or just, I don't know, like to make me pay out code cards, if you win, you do have the option to go, no thanks, do another giveaway, and we double it and roll it again. Scott, this is exciting and all new to an old player like you. Well, I'm glad we can add some excitement to it for you. Savi, it looks like you're already in the raffle. Oh, good. Thick Pikachu getting an entry. Good luck, bud. Surface Halo getting in there as well. Good luck in the raffle. And Scott getting in. Are we looking on the round? I think once this last game concludes, we'll pick a winner, or in 30 seconds, whichever happens first. I think that's pretty much it. People entering. Do I enter the raffle? happens if I win? We just put it back to 5 codes. Save my wallet? Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. Think Pikachu, I think you're already in there, bud. We're all good. But yeah, we'll close entries, pick a winner. And Raspberry. Raspberry, you here, buddy? You climbing the 20 codes? Scott, testing the deck. It might be trash. That's half the fun of the format, though, is figuring these things out, right? And one of the things is consistency can take a bit of a hit because we are running limited counts of cards, right? Like having 2 counts of cards, sometimes you're not going to pop off like you would necessarily in standard because it is, yeah, you have limited outs to things. So keep that as a consideration. Like you might not have an explosive first turn, your opponent may not either, but it is also something to factor in. Like, do you have enough draw supporters? Do you have enough search outs? Do you have utility Pokemon that can help you out? So I'll post a link actually. This is normally what I send to people when they ask about the format and the tournament. So it gives you a link to the organizer page, which is just shows you all the tournaments I have going for this. And then I've also put together a YouTube video about the format, kind of breaking it down, giving some deck list advice and such. Did it pre-rotation though, so I'll likely need to do an updated one soon just to be like, this is kind of where the format's at now. These are some deck lists that you can get started with. These are some cards that really shine currently, but yeah, did it like just before rotations, was trying to avoid acknowledging cards that would be on the way out. But I think there may have been a few in there as well. We didn't lose like too many crazy things to rotation though. Like I feel like Cancel and Clone was impactful. Lost City was very impactful because like if you could KO something and loss on it and your opponent has no way to then get that back into the game, that's massive. Like into Festival Lead, if you lost on one of their Diplin, it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Oh, evil card. Is Raspberry not here? That's awkward. All right. We'll give it another probably 5 minutes, and if he doesn't rock up, we'll just re-roll. Oh, never mind. Round finished. We'll just re-roll now if he's not here. Yeah, so we are going to be pairing into round 3. Hope everyone's having fun in the format, and good luck into your next round. Looks like we do have a bot. Ah, do we have some people drop? Strats dropped. Kool-Aid Lemonade dropped. Oh no. And Nectar we did drop, just because their list was unfortunately illegal. Kool-Aid, why'd you drop, man? You still got a shot at Top Cut. All right, but we've got Splatter against Savi, Raspberry against Phaedra, Surface Halo against Thick Pikachu, Triple against Jab, Goat against Hee 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 Ha, Scott against Erupt, Trailer Park Dad against Britica, and then Jude getting themselves a bye for that round. So Scott, there you go. If you have any questions, let me know. You're paired against Erupt, who did play in the tournament last night, so you can also just ask in chat if you're kind of having some difficulties getting set up. I'm sure they're more than happy to help you out. But yeah, I'm here as well. And Jab, I'll see you in a moment. So always do that out of habit. I know I have him on here, but well, he isn't even showing up. Jab, where are you? Where are you hiding, man? Where? There he is. Was it just logged on? Or I'm blind? Maybe both. Alright, but yeah, we will re-roll the raffle. Alright, guys. 20 code cards up for grabs. Exclamation raffle to enter. Scott, it's happening. You could do it, man. I believe in you. All right, looks like Jab gets a coin flip. I'm going first. What? Why? You can go first, man. I want to get some crazy Arvin plays off again. All right, not the biggest fan of this hand. What's jab running? Bench that. Jabs on Garganical, Warcorio, Monkey Dory, Maractus, Relicant, Tatsugiri. Oh, okay, so he's playing like a control type thing. Yeah, I'll just attach that there. Everyone's on the Garganicals now. I was gonna run it last night. I didn't, and then someone made a control deck. And now we're seeing the control deck pop up all over the place. Right, Maractus going for the corner play? Alright. Or potentially just a hard retreat into Cleffa, but yeah, 2 retreat on it, so not quite yet. Yeah, I think we just do this for right now. Get Knackley. Snorunt? Knackley, Snorunt, double Knackley. Knackley, Snorunt. Because like I don't want to overbench either. Where it's like they gust something up, they corner it. But I do also need a form of damage output if they do that, which is going to be their Frostlasses. Right, like if I can outpace their Monkey Dories. But yeah, they've got the Garganical also. So it is a weird one. Maybe I don't want to set these up. Morty the Morty. Such a good card. Like, I don't need this right now, though. That's the kind of annoying thing. I think it is. I just sack that for the time being. Evolve that so it doesn't get KO'd immediately. I do that, it starts giving them ammunition, though. Yeah, we just hold for right now. So I put Frostlass in play. Monkey Dory gets counters. They hand them back to our Snowrunts. It's not really doing anything for me just yet. I need the Garganicals out, or else I'm just kind of handicapping my Okie Dokie. Like just whittling him down too early. I could have gone Buddy Poffin and got double Knackley out though in hindsight. Or Knackley and then save a spot for a Relicant. And we can do the corner play as well. What's that one do? 80 damage, 30 damage to itself. Okay. A bit unfortunate holding that. Yeah, we'll just attach. We will do the Buddy Poffin play. I'll get an Knackley out. Don't think we need this. Okay. Yeah, like I don't think anything's gonna get KO'd. So just get rid of these. Keep this hand for a bit. Judge, I feel like ends up helping them more than it hurts them. There we go. Ah, grateful for everyone that waited. No, that's all good, man. It's all good. Always happy to try and grow the community. Hello, Ted. Garganical versus Garganical? Right? It's Minecraft wars out here. Got an instant L. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, man. There may be people looking for games in the Discord if you wanted to give that a try while you wait for the next round to kick off. They bossing the Frost last? Fair. So cooked. I think for right now, I just hold. Attach that because we might go for a corner play as well. And we'll get the Relicanth. Tinglu. Is there any value in Tinglu? Probably not. Yeah, we'll just hold. I think I need to go for the KO with Garganical. Which then becomes just attached to this, so if he ever misses this attack, I hard retreat it. Just don't see a world where that happens. Could Ultra Ball these now to get a Knackle out. So if they ever do try and go for attacks, I'm just healing way too much. This I don't think comes up. This I don't really think I need, to be honest. Yeah, I think we do just sack it. And I just need to be mindful of my deck size as well. All right, found it. Get that into the active. We take out the Maractus. And we start milling their deck. Mulberry, how's the tournament going, or did you miss it? It's going good. We're in round 3 right now. We are in round 3. So I'm playing a Garganical Frostlass box type deck, and we're paired against Jab, who's running a Garganical. I think it's meant to be like a control type deck. Like they're just trying to like lock you in the active with corner and kind of chip away at you with Monkey Dory plates. They're running Frostlass as well. How's he getting pings for the Monkey Dory? Garganical, Monkey Dory. Yeah, no Frostlasses. Interesting. Or Choreo, once during your turn, you can heal 20 damage from your active evolution Pokemon. So it fully is just Garganical try and lock you in the active with corner. And just deck you out. Alright. Yeah, I need to be conserving resources then. Probably shouldn't have got rid of that Judge. I've got another one though. We've got 2 Ionos. We'll be okay. From here, it's just swing through the active. Ideally, we find a boss's orders at some point to bring up their Garganical. Oh, silly. Like, oh, you get damage for Monkey Dory to use. But no. Okay, Tatsugiri. Nice. Helps them dig some supporters out. Do I need to be worried about a Zyrosic popping up? They've got 1 copy of a Zyrosic. They've got 2 copies of Palpad. Palpad been used, 1 Palpad's been used. I might just go for the Iono play now. Just because we do have quite a few cards in hand. And it'd be good to save them. That's annoying. Okay. Boss. Go for the Garganical. We just want to be discarding cards I know I can get back in some way. I'd hit him for what, 90? Because of that? He heals 20, goes down to 70, coming back, heals another 20, goes down to 50. Or I go for Monkey Dories. Or I try and go for that. Might just be try and go for that. This only heals evolution poke. Yeah. Oh, and the 06. Okay. Saw that coming. At least I know I don't have to watch out for that for a while till we see them use a Palpad. And once they use Palpad, that's their last one. Monkey Dory coming out though. Does that put them outside of range? Okay, process. So he'll go down to what, 60? I should be able to take that out. Yeah, because we do 130. Taking out their eye. Okay. Alright. Scott, is it too late to make edits to your deck? Yes. Once your list is submitted, it's locked in. And unfortunately, yeah, when you do late check-in, it's pretty much just you hit submit and that's it. If you submit a list before the tournament starts, you can make edits to it and change it up. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Once an event starts, you're locked in. It's no different than going to like a League Cup or a League Challenge, right? Like you're providing a deck list. It's open knowledge. You can't amend it. Lotad, maybe go for a boss on Knackley after taking a KO for game. Knackley with Lex Cape after this KO. Knackley the baby with Lex Cape. I did that. I took him out. He's gone. He's gone. I just think that their deck is built a little bit more around the control. So I don't want to be trying to lean into the corner plays of like chipping things and keeping them locked in, because they're going to have more counts at boss. They're going to have more counts at counter catcher and just ways to bounce my guy out of the active. I need to be going aggressive and taking prizes. Right? Like theirs is built for a different game plan than mine. Be more prepared for next time. Sounds good, man. Looking forward to it. Right. They haven't used Palpad, right? No. Just like, do I attach to something? Don't think so. Need to keep that just in case they go for a boss play. They're going to try and hit me now? I think they do outpace us here, right? Because they have the Oricorio to heal off damage. They have the Monkey Dories to hand off damage. So it's heal 20 from this, heal, is it 20 or 30 from this? Heal 20 from that, effectively 40 every single time it's their turn. And then if we hit him, he just hands it back with Monkey Dory. So I don't think we are in a way that we can bypass this. I need a boss here. Boss, or does Okie Dokie get there? No, because of the tool. That's a bit annoying. Gets close, but doesn't quite get there. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It's not hitting hard enough. Corner him, it doesn't do anything. We do this, kind of helps. I think they still get it. Right, they're doing 100 now. I'll go down to 80. They fix up numbers if I hit them. I just don't hit them here, I guess is the play. Switch, go into this. We put a bit more pressure into him. My concern there is then they just go into the corner play. Right, like I don't think I hit him hard enough where it's justified. He hands back 60, heals off 60, heals off 120 effectively each turn. I'd be doing 170. So it goes down to heals off 100. I do 170. Heals off effectively 70. Okay, so if I can get 2 hits with Okie Dokie. Oh, I forgot to factor that in though. So I'm effectively doing 30 damage. Or is it less? Because this goes between turns, it's technically less, isn't it? Yeah, I need boss. If I can get around the Garganical, we have it. Then they hand off another 60, goes down to 40, and then he heals another 20, goes down to 20. Oh, and he wants to deal with my Garganical. That's fair. The penny. Double Oricorio trigger. That's pretty wild. Okay, so he fully hears the Garganical this turn. How are we doing for time? So. Oh, did Jab not check in for the match? Okay, we'll sort that out after. That's fine. Okay. So I go Super Rod, fighting, Dark. I think it's just the energy. They haven't done the pal pad yet. Second pal pad. I do 130, he tanks it. I think we just hold this hand. Right, like Ionoing to go to a 1-card hand, giving them a fresh 5. I think it just gives them more ammunition than me. Potentially they find a rare candy, they get another Garganical out, and then we're doing nothing to them. Surface Halo, what's going on? Your opponent reported you lost when you won. Okay, did you take a screenshot of you winning? Do you have evidence to support this? Because when it becomes a you said, they said, it does get a little bit tricky. Yeah, that's an odd one. You can post in the Discord. Yeah, if you have a screenshot with both your names showing, take that and on the win, and then good. Pikachu, you were his teammate. It was a misclick. You lost? Okay, yeah, that's all good. I'll just reset the match, and Surface Halo gets that one. Easy. No stress. Did I just miss the pal pad play though? What happened? What'd they do? Okay, so Zyrosix is still in the discard. Both pal pads are gone. So the deck out doesn't seem to be the way they're gearing to win this one. Just shot. This triggers first, though? This is where stuff gets weird. It's like, does this trigger before he heals? No, they all go simultaneously, though. Okay. So that triggers. Process just misses. He's outside of range of these getting a KO. Oh, I shouldn't have Iono'd there. I might have just given him a boss and he just goes back into the corner play. Not that I really had anything going for me in that hand anyways. Because now, how much do we have? 60, 90. We take 30 less because of the tool. We take 120. They get the KO with Garganical right now. Are they retreating? Did we just bail them out by doing this? No, god damn it. I think they end up decking out though, because we gave them 5 off Iono, increased their hand size while it shrunk ours. So yeah, I don't have any switch outs, but I think we just win due to deck out. Just takes ages for all these things to resolve. Yeah, so he hands back the counters. They're just going for the cheese win. Or not cheese win, but yeah. Burn out the clock. Only played one Iono, so they have that to reset. Us Ionoing, I think, did cost us the game there. Because they likely wouldn't have had the reversal energy to hard retreat. And now it likely just goes to a tie, because I don't think we have enough time for this to actually resolve. Hang on. What's the pre-evolutions attack? Ice Shard. 30 more damage if it's hitting a fighting Pokemon, but they take less damage because of that. Yeah, that's fine. So if we had unlimited time, I win. But because we're about to hit time of the round, it will just be a draw. Fi, what's up? Also, Britica, good luck in the raffle. If you somehow dealt 8 damage counters due to poison, yeah, would it work against Rocklock? What do you mean? I'm not sure that I understand your question. Are you doing, if you do 8 damage with poison, you're doing 8 damage with poison. As to how the rest of that plays into that question, I'm unaware. What do you mean? Like if they're trying to lock you in the active with something that has corner or something like that, but you put poison on them, yeah, they take damage between turns. The healing from Rocklock. Could you surpass it with poison? Like, are you asking about these Garganicles? If you're doing 8 damage between turns with poison and I'm only healing 4 damage between turns, what do you think, Vi? Let you do the math. I don't want to just hand feed you guys these questions. It's like a think through the order of operations for it. Yeah. Good enough, but not enough? Why is that not enough? That is exactly enough. You're doing 8 between turns. They're healing 4. If it goes to their turn, they've taken 40 damage. They don't move that thing out of the active or remove the poison. It'll heal 4 going back to your turn, but they take another 8 from poison. So it's basically just reducing the poison output you're doing, but you're still doing damage. Like, for example, into the Snackly. This is where I think it gets confusing, is I'm not sure how PTCGL will read the operations. Like, will it... You poison them, they take 8. Does it check for knockouts before checking the next conditions? I think they all happen simultaneously, technically. Yeah, how are we doing for time? Yeah. Oh, they're switching into Organical now. Why are they doing that? Deadsta or Rema or Zen or any of the other judges in chat right now? All right, I'll ping the other judges in the Discord to see if one of them can come in and reset the game, because due to tournament time, game's technically a tie. Unlimited time, I get the win here, but that's unfortunately not how this works. We got to switch this out. So ideally, one of them can pop in and help us out, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, this goes active. We attack. We ditch the top card of their deck. They draw out. So due to technicalities, it's a tie. If neither of them responds within like 2 minutes, I think we just move on. Because Jab did not check in 4th round, unfortunately. I think Pikachu can't join the raffle. Are you already in the raffle? I think you're already in. You're already in. You're the first person in. You're good. Let's see. Okay, and I think I've got some judge calls I need to do. Surface Halo. Misclick. Okay, that one's resolved. And then Jabs is against me, so I can't do anything. Jab, you forgot that if you talk, it doesn't auto check you in. No, you have to click the big check-in button. Because you could be talking and just say like, oh, hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes. I'll be right back kind of thing. So just make sure you're always clicking check-in. Did win. Heyo. What was your win con? Getting one of the stage ones out of the prizes sooner. If you'd like, we can make a judge call as you did win. Already contacted Tripper. Makes my life easy. Pop in, they're just like, this person won. I'm like, beautiful. All right, guys, that is it for round 3 of Swiss. Kick off into the 4th and final one. Outstanding judge call. Oh, it's the Jab one. I can't get rid of that because we were in that game. That one is resolved though. Okay. So we do have a bye, it looks like now. Got what? Raspberry into Splatter, Britica into Savi, Surface Halo against Phaedra, ha against Raft, Triple against Jude, Jab against Scott Summers, and then Thick Pikachu getting themselves a bye, putting them on 2-2 for the tournament tonight. We do have top 8 after the Swiss rounds, so when your game concludes, don't like run away right away, guys. Just make sure to stick it out and see how you go with that. What's going on with this? Oh, Jab's heading off. All good. Okay, and then I am against Jude. Because yeah, time-wise, how are these going for you guys that are in North America? Like, is it too early? Is it too late? Because it's kind of meant to be accessible for you. Obviously, very large country, hard to hit every single time zone that it's going to work out for everyone, but doing my best to make it a little bit more accessible. Donato Leotino, is it too late to join? Unfortunately, it is. Yeah, sorry, buddy. We are just getting into the 4th round of Swiss, so it's 4 rounds of Swiss and then top 8 from there. So, well, a little late. We do have a Discord server though, so if you want to pop in there, build a deck for the budget build battles format and play some games just like casually with people. There's always people looking for matches and helping people work on their deck lists for that. So yeah, I hope that helps you. If you're on Twitch, I can easily post a link for it. YouTube, it's a little bit trickier. But yeah, if you want to pop on over to Twitch, more than happy to give you the link for that. Or you should actually be able to scroll down, and I think in the details of the video, there should be a link to the Discord. Could be wrong, but give that a check. Because normally I just like post it as a redo from last week's tournament, and it's got all the info. I think today I might have hit just like go live, so I'm not sure if there's even any detailed information there. Done that, but you always forget the tournament time. Ah, that's all good. Yeah, so I typically do these Friday night in Central Australian time. Once a month, though, I do host it for a North American friendly time zone. So it's like the first Friday of each month for North America, we do it. So if this time works for you, yeah, it kicked off 3 hours ago, 2.5, 3 hours ago. But the Friday night one for Australia, if that's where you're based, may be a little bit better. But yeah, you can head on over to the Limitless page and it'll give you a breakdown of all the times. I've got the next 3 weeks of tournaments posted. Haven't posted the next monthly one just yet, but that should be coming in the next probably 2 weeks or so. I don't try not to get too far ahead, just because it can create confusion. All right, there's Professor Turo. TripleBtcg still has to load it in. Or did they send the... They send the thing? Oh, they did. Beautiful. Yeah, cheers, man. I hope that helps. Yeah, have you tried the format before? Like you've played a couple casual games and you're just looking to join in for one of the tournaments? Big Pikachu, you're US. When is the next tournament with prizes? If you said it, then you didn't hear. So for the North American one, we usually just do it once a month. So it'll be the first Friday of July. But with that said, we are in the tail end of season 3, and it's one of those things that I am considering of flipping the events. So changing the weekly one from being the Australian time zone one to being the American one, or North American one, and the Australian one to being the monthly, just based on turnout. Like we host these, we're seeing higher numbers of people actually participating in the events. So it kind of makes more sense just to shift to where the player base is that's actually able to participate and wants to engage in it. Like our Australian players, they're very active in the community, but yeah, just we're not quite seeing the turnout that we used to. Like it's just conflicting things coming up with scheduling, I think. Opponent conceded. What happened there? Donato, you're in Canada, eh? So you'd love to have more chance. You're a Canadian? Nice. You too. Well, I'm a Canadian in Koala Country. That's odd. They're asking if the game froze. I'm like, no, it said that you conceded. There we go. That's better. Donato, do US tariffs have any impact on cards in Australia? I wouldn't say the tariffs are necessarily playing into it, more so the demand. Like there's a lot of people that are getting into collecting, getting into trying to profit off people collecting, and it's creating a bit of an awkward environment. If you're trying to open packs, at least, like if you're trying to buy product off the shelves, it's becoming a little bit trickier. So there's shops that are combating that. Oh, I don't want to open this. Great hand. If I had anything else, I'd throw this down. I get 2 energy out. Dang. But yeah, so that's making it a little bit tricky. But buying singles, like if you're just looking to play competitively and buy singles, it's fine. Like the game's just as accessible as it always has been. It's just if you want to actually like crack packs or buy a box, it's getting tougher. I feel like I missed a message in here. Otagio, hi, is it a good time to start to play Charizard? Like Charizard EX in Standard? Probably not. I don't know. It's one of those decks, like it's definitely fallen out of favor. It's in a weird spot, bud. I don't want to tell you yes or no because yeah, maybe you find a list that clicks for you. Like it's a good deck if you're new to the game. If you're trying to play at a competitive level, I don't think Charizard's in a good spot. But yeah, just getting your head around the game, it's still fine. Like the deck's fine. What are we up against here? Slowking. Okay. So I gotta worry about Kyurem. I think we just need to pop off then. What do I have that can survive a Slowking hit? It'd be like trying to accelerate the Garganicles out, which I just discarded one. And the other one seems to be prized. Okay. Well, that's fun. Could lean into the Ting-Lu, or we go... It might just be go the Snow Runts and try and take some chump knockouts here. Like maybe we get an Evo TM, I get double Frost last, we start pinging. We didn't get an Evo TM, it's okay. I have an Arven, I can do it next turn. Like our Ursaluna is going nowhere fast because we had to open it. I could have opened it from my hand, like had something to start, play Ursaluna down, accelerate those two fighting energy out in such a good spot, but unfortunately did not get that option. Raspberry, you're on 4-0. Nice. Donato, the tariffs are impacting you for getting cards? Sorry to hear that. Pikachu, is phase 2 right after this, like immediately, or you have another time? Yeah, after all the games conclude, we kick off into phase 2. We don't necessarily have a check-in time for it, but it's kind of just like a 5 to 10 minutes. If you can check into your rounds, it's appreciated. Probably should put that in as a fixed timer just in case people like wander off. But yeah, usually about five minutes. If you need to take a bathroom break or grab a snack or something, just let your opponent know. Go do what you got to do. Come back. Get the big boy down. Please don't be prized. Thank God. And then Earthen Vessel, start getting some energy onto this. Make him an actual threat. Yeah, I think that's going to be the play. Of course, Buddy's in play right now, though. Let's never mind. Disregard. Should have double checked Knackle was in there. It's okay. But yeah, do that, do that. I can go Jacques. I can get a Frostas. I can get a Garganical. We can put pressure and heal. Don't think I'm running Shaman in this list. Bit of an oversight. Kyurem is definitely a threat. Okay. I think we're about to get Kyuremed. Yup. Yup. Oh, maybe not. I was like, if we see a Slowking or we see a Kyurem off that, concerns. They already went supporter for turn here with the Colress. Okay. I think we're fine then. Like, I don't get to do too much on this next turn, but getting the Frostas, getting the Garganical, I think is enough. Right? Like, it should keep our Okidogis out of danger. And, right, Garganical is dead. Well, not dead, but not alive. I get a fresh 6. They get a fresh 6. Put that in case they hit me with an Iono. Do I actually want to be doing this right now? Probably not. How much does it accelerate it? They go down to 40, come back on 60, go down, they're KO'd. This goes back, they're on 40. It does get it there a little quicker. Hurts my guys quite a bit though. I think I just have to cop that the Ursaluna is likely getting taken out. Does this set up a game for them? If they get Kyurem now, they go Frostlass, Knackle, Stackle, Okidogi, and Ursaluna. Stop taking pings, which is kind of nice. All right, Tattoo whiffing. Take that. But yeah, I need to get you back. I didn't get item locked here though. That's actually pretty big. What do I want to sack here then? Nestball? Judge. Nestball. You aren't doing enough for me. Attach this here. Takes 20. Takes 40. I think he's pretty much just gone at this point. I just have to start charging this up or start charging this up. I think as I start charging this up. Yeah, we'll just keep that in our back pocket. Why didn't I use the Earthen Vessel? I had the Earthen Vessel play. They weren't attacking with Buddy for once. Oh, guys, I need to have more caffeine. Making silly plays. I had the out for energy. All right, but the Natu's effectively gone. The Pheasant Deputy's effectively gone. Does put them in a very, very, very strong position, though, of Slowking Kyurem. They could charge it up with Reversal Energy in a pinch. Both of them are also just charged up and ready to attack whenever. All right, we're seeing the Slowking. Are they holding the Kyurem? Oh, that was unexpected. They're just going for a Hail Mary play. It does enough, though, that the Frostlass killed my Ursaluna. Like, did they prize both Kyurems? Right. Let's just go use this while we have it. Get the dark energy, keep the Okidogi alive. Get that, sure. I need that back, and I think these... This could be relevant. Could it? No, I don't think it is. Doesn't hit quite hard enough to justify using it against this Slowking. Yeah, let's do that. Chuck that on there. And we're going to go Academy at Night, top decking the Brock. Brock or Jock? Jock. Top decking the Jock. Because we'd be using Brock just to get the Garganical anyways. I may as well just get the Jock that can get me potentially a second Knackle Stackle. If this Knackley happens to survive. Alright, we're getting 2 prizes off of that. Half expecting to get hit with like Iono and then a Curum play here. We'll see. Raspberry Giant Bear is defeated by a slow animal. King acting like a bird? What? Is he? No. It's fine. Sounds like some folklore to me. Assault Rock came into the active spot to battle the slow animal king. Oh no, he's just sitting there. He's just buying time. But yeah. Bit of a deck building error on my part not putting Shaman in. Yeah, now we're seeing the Curum play. And it's what do they target? Are you taking down my Knackle Stackle and trying to go for the Okie Dokie and then Frostlass kills him? Or are you going for the Frostlasses? There's a lot of options they could be going for. They're taking out the Frostlasses and the Knackle Stackle. Okay. Well, this isn't going to get taken out by the Frostlass now, at least, so that's a win. I hit him, he takes no damage. It's frustrating, but that's life. We do have Evo TM. Might play that just in case I can get into something here. What would the play be? Iono, and then I just guarantee myself an out for someone. Like, do this before Iono, so I have a draw support for the following turn. Or an Evo support for the following turn. So it's effectively just +2 cards for me, but hurts their hand quite a bit. Alright, not great. We just corner them in the active here, though. So now they have to try and manually charge up this Slowking. Their head-on prizes, reversal won't be online. Zatu only goes to the bench, and we've locked them from retreating. So, yeah. Josh, rock. It's like rock lobster, but better. The Tinglu. Breaks the stadium, takes that out. Kind of legit. I don't hate it. Hang on to that just in case. Helping them with Judge here though, but we are also taking away their energy. So that's fun. He's outside of range of Curum, he's outside of range of Curum, he won't be outside of range of Curum. Even if I did that. I think I just hold on that for right now. Unless he goes for like some goofy little attack. Right? Like if he tried to do Zatu's attack, if they happen to draw into that and it's like, oh, I just want Slowking to be able to use this attack and take out the Nacli. I don't want that happening. So I think it does 80 damage. 80 or 70? Alright, Night Stretcher. Get some Curum. But Curum will whiff. This survives it, this survives it because of this. Takes this out. But yeah, he still needs one more prize. We go into Tinglu, we break their stadium. They attach one more energy, they swing for 120 into us. Bad times are had. So I need to go boss, bring up this one. Tinglu, hit this. Right? Because he gets past the resistance on the bench. Do I bother trying to set up a Garganical? I feel like he's a liability. How many Curums are they down? One. I guess they're all liabilities at this point. But yeah, the attack being able to bypass the resistance because they're on the bench is pretty big. Like, we can take that out slowly. We can almost take that out. Have another Academy at night. Okay. They have another Night Stretcher. Do they have a switch out? I guess they need a switch out and they need another Slowking. We did see them grab the Curum off that. Because yeah, they're ahead in prizes, so even if they did try and go for Reversal Energy, it's not doing anything. They've got Jet, so it's Jet to Slowpoke, bring that to the active, evolved of it to Slowking, Curum through us. I go Lana for what here? Is there anything that gets me the game? No. Like, it'd be potentially get energy, go into this, corner him, but I don't have a way to switch him out currently. Will Academy at night will save the Lana? Found Rare Candy. That's relevant. I have an out for Garganical. So let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Keep that. I should be able to afford getting rid of this now. And then we sack their Academy at night with our attack. He's not able to attack anyways. Potentially we get this play. Or I start charging up for the second attack. I might just start charging him up for the second attack here. Right, we sacked the Stadium. That's their second Academy at night. They don't have a way to get that Curum on top of the deck. The other Curum's in the discard, so even if they went... Other Curum's not in the discard, they got that one back with Night Stretcher. Okay, they could try and go for a Hail Mary play here. We know they're holding a Jet Energy. They Jet Energy the Slowking into the active. They go for a Hail Mary for a Curum, or they Cypher Maniac one? They go for a Hail Mary. And then we go Ground Crasher. There's no Stadium in play. We don't get a KO. I have boss though, so we can just bring one of those to the active game. Or not, oh, not game yet. Never mind. Why didn't I go for the one that had energy? That would have been smart. If I hit that though, he's got resistance, so it would have got us nowhere. Could have gone Lana for energy, swung through. We do 110, goes down to 80, gets the KO though. He was on 60. Misplay. That would have been the play. They still had that. That's, yeah. Even if we had taken that out, they had that that's charged up on the bench. It would have come up and done the same thing. Prize map is on their side, but honestly, like, I feel like we had a pretty good comeback there. Could have Boston passed? I suppose so. Boss up the slowpoke. I don't know. Not mad at that outcome. Definitely could have tried to do things a little bit differently. Yes, we could have Boston passed. Gives us a bit more time for Garganical to be healing our guys up. Way it goes. Because yeah, Boston pass, we're banking on that they don't have a switch. They don't have another jet energy. Yeah. Deathlight coming in with the raid. Raid of 1. Deathlight, you coming over? You just go live to come raid me? Appreciate that, buddy. What'd you get up to on stream today? All right, and just taking a look at the results currently. All the games have concluded. We'll be getting to see who our top 8 are in just a moment. It's actually a pretty tight one, so I think a lot of these will come down to resistance. Okay, Jabs one is the one that I was in the match for, so I can't close it. But yeah, we'll kick off the next round and see who the top 8 are. Okay, so for our top 8, we are going to be seeing Raspberry playing against Thick Pikachu, Surface Halo against Erupt, Savi against Phaedra, and Splatter against He. So good luck everyone that's playing in the top 8 tonight. And yeah, keen to see who comes out on top of the single prize shenanigans for this week. Looks like I just missed getting Top Cut. So yeah, way it goes. Way it goes. I got 11th with 2. Britica got 10th with 2-2. Jude got 9th with 2-2. And yeah, it did come down to opponent win rate and opponent's win rate. So Thick Pikachu, Phaedra, ha, getting into the top 8 with their 2-2 record. Opponent win rate being on 64%, whereas we've got Jude's, whose opponents were 44%. Mine were on 43. Our Vertica's were on 43. Mine were on 43. So that's kind of what makes and breaks getting into the top cut. It does kind of just get to that point of how do we split it. So way it goes. Ideally, we start to see higher turnouts and we can differentiate a little bit more going into the top cut. So it splits it a bit finer. So we're seeing like the 3-1s kind of becoming the breakpoint, or 2-1-1. But we'll see. It's great to see a larger turnout though, so thank you very much for everyone that did come out for this week's event. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you're cooking up some deck lists for the next one. We do have next week being the weekly event, so that's going to happen every single Friday. It's Australian Central Time though, so at a little bit different time than this. So if it doesn't work for you, apologies. Into Season 4 though, I am going to explore swapping the times. So I'm going to put it to a vote. We'll see kind of what the consensus is with the community. And if it's, hey, there's more interest in doing this, we'll roll with it. But I think the numbers speak for themselves. We're seeing 18 people coming out to this tournament, whereas last night, I think we had, what, 9 or 10? So it seems like this just works out a little bit better. It does let me communicate to the player base over in North America, which I don't normally get to do. And it's kind of just like a chill Saturday afternoon stream for me. Like it's 2 in the afternoon right now for me. So even if we made it through to the finals, it still wraps up at a decent time. Also, heads up, with next week's schedule though, Friday, I'm going to be actually co-streaming NAIC. Can't really say too much around what that entails, but for those of you that were here for EUIC, you know that there was some other things that you got by coming by the stream. So make sure to pop by next week and see what you might be in for that. So yeah, very keen for it. It's going to be a long one though, so I think we kick off at about 11 p.m. for me, and I'll be going until 10 a.m. the next morning. We're doing that Friday night, we're doing that Saturday night, just to make sure that we can catch all the games and all the action and see how the meta develops for the standard format. So budget build battles, the tournament will still be running. I'm going to touch base with some people and see if anyone else is able to kind of fill in and help out with that though. Also, just taking a look at this, it does look like Erupt is streaming. Didn't know that. They over on Twitch? Ah. Okay, we might be able to catch some games in. Nice. You can take a sus in the Discord as well, just in case anyone's streaming their matches over there. Looks like Raspberry is streaming their game. So we might have visibility on... Raspberry's streaming it on mobile. All good. Appreciate you taking a crack at that, bud. I'll be streaming this one just because I do get that full view onto it. But if this match ends up concluding before yours, we can pop in and see that. But nice. I like when we get to keep sussing out the games. And look, now we're being watching him. A little bit of Inception. Oh, too funny. Hi. But yeah, it looks like Erupt is going to be streaming their match. I'm not sure. Or if they were trying to see if I was watching their opponent so they could watch them. That's us? No. Scott, you're about to break Twitch. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. All right, I think we do need to duplicate this scene though and slightly tweak it. Just because, yeah, the screen size isn't quite aligning with this. Right? Because they're streaming it in Twitch. It's going to throw us off a bit. Actually, I don't know that I do want to change that. Do I have, if I watch it through Sha? Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Let's do that. And I just need to move my webcam. Why it's there? I don't know. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so we're seeing them open the Dunsparce. Got Free Retreat, which is pretty solid. Getting some energies off Earthen Vessel. Double fire energy. Seeing them rocking the Senti Scorch list again. What are we seeing them play into? Surface Halo's running the monkey shenanigans. All right. All right. Interesting deck. It is one that we saw people experimenting with very, very early into the format. Right? Because it's kind of got that mindset of if I have these three things in play, I can have access to a lot of attacks. You've got the semi-pour. Allow ads. Why is that popping up? That's fine. I keep switching it off for Twitch and then it comes back. Why? Why? Anywho, they've got the monkey business. So if they have all three semi-sage, semi-seer, semi-pour in play, they can use the attacks for free. But if one of them gets knocked out, it completely shuts that down. So if you ever see your opponent at a state where it's like, well, they only have one copy of this monkey in play, it's just an instant target. And that's where early in the format, people were experimenting with this. But then it was like, you pick up on that where it's like, well, I'm just going to boss KO that. I'm going to boss KO that one and you're out. And especially when you're running Lost City, because it was like, well, I'm just going to Lost City a semi-pour and then Lost City the other semi-pour. You only have 2 copies of the evolution. They're out of the game now. That's it. And you wouldn't be able to attack really. Reversal Energy did kind of help to counteract that. But with Lost City being out of rotation, it is an interesting deck to revisit. So very keen to see how this goes for them. They have benched the Cleffa though, which means there's no point where they can get to where they have 2 copies of each monkey now. Like their bench is effectively locked out. So it makes it a little bit tricky for them, because you do kind of want to have 2 copies of each. So if one's getting knocked out, you just have another one you can instantly evolve up and be in a good spot. Seeing a second semi-seer? Panseer. Pan are the basic ones, semis are the evolution. Another Panseer coming down. Semi-seer is already on the bench. And it looks like they are bouncing into the Cleffa just to get them into a larger hand size. So not finding the other evolution monkeys, unfortunately. Artisan being in play does help out quite a bit here, though. Get a Monkey Dory out, seems pretty good. They've got a Dark Energy in hand, so it could be setting up that Monkey Dory to be handing back some counters to the opponent. And the Doduo in the active is even doing enough damage to just take out the Cleffa, so they're kind of fine just waiting it out here, setting up. They've got Research, they've got Iono. Iono obviously helping the opponent out, though. Bit of a risk-reward thing there. And Research sacking their own hands. They may be losing resources they want to hang on to later, but opting to go for the Research. The Dunspar's popping out, getting them straight into 3 new cards. Experience share going on to the Sizzlipede on the bench, so if Doduo gets knocked out, just instantly charging that up to become a threat, and then they have the attachment for turn on the next turn to potentially set up another Monkey Dory with a Dark Energy. Yeah, board's in a pretty good state. All right, second copy of the Pan Sage coming down now. So they do have 2 copies of every single monkey on their board. Gonna be a little bit trickier for them to get around now. But with Monkey Dory being in the deck, you do have a little bit of monkey business of your own you can be pulling, where you're just kind of moving around counters and potentially taking out one of those pre-evolutions, and then you're just gusting up the other copy. So we'll see what they opt to go for. Great Ball coming down. Interesting. Not a card we see played too much, but obviously just wanting to target every single Pokemon. Well, any of these Pokemon and be in a good spot, right? If you're finding a basic monkey, you're good. If you're finding an evolution monkey, you're good. You pretty much just want every single one of them out as quickly as possible and onto your board. So the more Pokemon search they can run, the better. So it does make sense having every single copy of the ball cards in there, like your Nest Balls, your Great Balls, your Ultra Balls, Buddy Poffins, Artisans. They're just wanting to accelerate Pokemon onto the board as quickly as they can. Another Semi-Poor coming out of the deck. No Semi-Sage, though, which is an interesting one. Hoping they're not prized. Finding a Jock off the Pokegear, so I guess we'll find out in a moment. They haven't already supported this turn, but I think they did use Professor's Research, if I'm not mistaken. Night Stretcher. Likely getting back that Panpour. Thick Pikachu, your opponent is gone. You requested a judge. Raspberry, Thick Pikachu, false win. Invited them in game. Raspberry, did you say anything in the Limitless chat to them? Have you sent any messages, or what are they going off of to know that you're there? Okay, well, maybe calm down, bud. Okay, I feel like you're jumping the gun a little bit. You can literally see the other person that you were playing is in the Twitch chat right now. So let's calm down. And we can fix that with a judge call. All good. But yeah, if you guys are both in there, just start playing your game. That's all good. We should at least be able to rewind it. might make the next round interesting though. So yeah, it's showing that thick Pikachus are meant to be going through. I'm not too sure how that goes if the outcome changes. Oh, now it's rewound it. Perfect. Yeah, you guys are good. Just play your match. I don't care about the he said, she said. Just play a game, guys. You're both here. You can see you're both here. Play a game. Fly Dragon, your cousin disconnected you from the internet. If you disconnected after the first round of the game, Fly Dragon, unfortunately, it is a loss. It is written in the rules of the format, so I'm sorry to hear that happened. It's very unfortunate, but we have no way of confirming that. And then it isn't potentially someone just rage quitting because they have a bad hand. So to keep it as a level thing, if you disconnect after the first turn of the game, it is just taken as game loss. Okay. Like if you guys weren't that far into the game and your opponent says they want to play it out, different story, but I'm just taking that as that would be, yeah. Savi's win, that's who you're playing. That's all good. They will report it then. All right, back to the game though. I'm leaving that to you two to sort out. If he's saying he's open for a rematch, play a game then. That's fine. But yeah, just keep that in mind. If it did happen and your opponent didn't say, oh, let's play another game, it is just lean towards your opponent gets the win. But if they're comfortable, if they've offered the rematch and you didn't pressure them into it, yeah, play a game. The Drampa. What? Alright, so we're seeing Simi-Poor in the active. Being able to hit their bench can definitely complicate things, right? Like they're going to be able to take out that Dunsparce that's on the bench. Don't think they really want to be hitting the Doduo because it is just making it a stronger attacker. Potentially the one that already has 30 damage on it, because then if they trigger it ever, it's 30 damage off being KO'd. They could do like a boss, move it to the bench, Simi-Poor, take it out off the bench, and take something else out if it does become a Dodrio. But I don't know, it's a weird spot. Definitely a weird spot. I don't think they have any other way to set up pings. Unless they're on like a Hawlucha. Kind of funny. Just Hawlucha, ping to Doduo. Simi-Poor. I feel like once you get to that level though, it's just, you tech it in a lot. The format doesn't quite allow that level of tech. Right, seeing them use a Jock and not get any targets. So are all the other monkeys prized, or are they already discarded? Town Store in play. I've got 2 Nitristers in hand, some Sizzlipedes. Looks like they're opting not to be setting up the Sizzlipedes, I guess just because they don't want to be taking the damage on the bench. I'm not sure if they're running Shaman in the list or not. Be very helpful if they are. Very unfortunate if they're not, though. It's like opting to get another fire energy out of the discard pile. And potentially going for a KO with Drampa here. Got Monkey Dory, can fix up the numbers on the active, and then Drampa's for 20 into it. no Simi Sage in play, so they won't be able to get a free attack off on the following turn. And they haven't been able to charge up any other attackers. Puts them into a bit of a snowball position here, I think. Is one more energy, the Drampa can start using the second attack, which does 100 and can one-shot the monkeys. Never mind, just seeing a Crispin come out. Getting 2 energies of different types from the deck. One into hand, one onto the active, or one onto a Pokemon. As long as they have 2 different types still in the deck and not all discarded or in hand already, this could be what gets them into the match. Or keeps them in the match, I should say. They'll be doing 30 to everything in play, taking out taking out both Doduos off the bench. All right. Yeah, this is a very tight one. The Drampa just being 1 energy away from being able to attack, though, I feel like kind of puts it in a checkmate position here. So it goes to them, attach for turn, swing for 100, Simipour is gone. They don't have any other energy on the board right now. They don't have any Pan Sages or Panpours on the bench right now, so they're not able to evolve up quickly, potentially get free attacks and get back into it. So I think it's just checkmate. And then the next turn, it's just swing for 100 again. Unless they have reversal energy. But even that wouldn't be enough because the attack costs 4 energy to use. Yeah, they would have had to have Pan Sage go into the active, evolve it into Simi Sage, attach reversal energy, swing through, because I think it just does a straight 100 damage as Shred. Oh, could still get there. Is it Shred or it makes it invincible? It's something like that. I think it's 100 damage though, for sure. It's enough to deal with the Drampa if they can get that attack off. Pikachu, another goof up happened. You used the wrong deck, but your opponent disconnected. What do you mean you used the wrong deck? You've been playing in the tournament all night. How do you... What? Click judge call, please. I'm gonna give that one to your opponent, I would say. If you've rocked up to a tournament using an incorrect deck list, that is a game loss. Okay. I looked away. I missed it. I think Erupt got that one, though. Congrats, buddy. And yeah, bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna look into these issues. So you've got Raspberry into Pikachu. There's an accident. It's like 20 minutes into the round. Raspberry was trying to get you to play a game. It sounds like there was some issues going on with you didn't think he was requesting it. You tried to claim a win. No, I'm giving that one to Raspberry. I'm sorry, bud. It directly asks you what deck you want to go or you want to use going into it. No, that one's going to Raspberry. Like, I get it. It's a mistake that can happen. But we're in the top 8 of the tournament. And it's... Yeah, no. All right, and then we've got Savi. Savi against Phaedra still happening. I think they did have a bit of a hiccup in theirs just due to a network issue. Phaedra disconnected. Savi offered a rematch for it, though. So they're still playing it out. I'm all for that. That's fine. Squid, you can stream yours and Raz. Nice. Yeah, I think if you're still streaming it on Twitch, I've got yours open in the background. I've just moved away from that screen because we had some issues we're resolving. Pikachu, he agreed to a game. Pikachu, it doesn't matter. At this point, I have made the call. You have lost. Raspberry gets the win. We are well into the top 8 of this tournament at this time. I'm ruling that you take a loss. So like normally I'll be like, oh, okay, like if both people agree to it. And that's like if it's been within the first 5 minutes of the round. We're like 20 minutes in, man. So I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to like dictate, but like this is, no, we don't have time for you guys to now fully restart a game. And this is now the second issue that's arisen from your guys' matchup. So I'm making a hard call. You've lost, unfortunately. And that's just something to learn from. Take it as a learning opportunity. Don't take it as a like attack or anything against you. It's just a, hey, make sure that you have the right deck selected when you're playing in a tournament. You lock in a list, like you said, click set active, and until you tell it to move away from that deck, that is what's active on your account. So there's not really any reason to be moving away from it. I get it if you're waiting for rounds to conclude, maybe you're jumping a ladder to do a quick game, and that's a risk that you are taking yourself by doing that. How do you claim the giveaways from earlier? I don't think you won the giveaways from earlier, did you? Give me 2 seconds. Where are we at with the giveaways? Bouncing around between quite a few things, so I feel like that is one that I have forgotten and kind of stopped at this point. Let's see. No, that one's still running. I'm going to open up entries if anyone does want to enter the giveaway. Currently 20 PTCGL code cards that are up for grabs. Make sure that you're a follower of the channel if you want to be able to enter. And if you want to get triple the code cards, if you're subscribed, you can do it that way. Going to close entries for this at the end of this game. All right. Anywho, back to the match. I'll click to open entries again, right? Yeah. Refreshing it just to play it safe. Yeah, it's still going. Pikachu's in there, Phydra's in there, Halo's in there, Britica's in there. Pikachu on 1, you're the only one who entered? How would you know that? Because no, you weren't. I don't under... Pikachu, I'm just gonna politely ask you to just stop for a bit, because this is actually making me start to judge your character. You tried to steal a win from someone that was asking you to play a game. Now you're trying to tell me that you won a raffle when you didn't, with information you have no ability of having, when we can see everyone that's entered. So I don't know if you're trying to troll right now or if you're genuinely just misinformed, but just gonna politely ask you to just dial it back. All right. Anywho, back to the game. You read the chat. What do you mean you read the chat? You read the chat and it said you won? So I think we had one where Raspberry won and he wasn't here to claim it, so he re-rolled it into a new giveaway. And then 4 of you instantly jumped into it. Pikachu, again, I'm going to ask you politely to stop, because no, there is no giveaway where only one person entered. I'm pretty bad for remembering to draw winners for them. So it gets to the point where the giveaway runs its time, and I can see everyone who's entered, and no winner's been picked because it's up to me to decide. There has not been one where there's only one person. This is the last time I'm going to ask you to stop, or I will just remove you from chat. Because it's kind of just getting annoying at this point, to be honest. I'm not trying to be rude, but just a heads up. You're a person, I'm a person. Be nice to people. All right, what do we see in here though? Centiskorch has already swung into Okie Dokie, doing 100 damage into it. It's got a Bravery Charm on there. It's got a Luminous Energy on there. Graveyard Charm pumping its HP up by 50. Luminous giving it an extra 100 HP and increasing its damage output by another 100 too. So it swings for 170. It's going to be able to one-shot the Semi-Scorch on this turn, which is pretty big. And then looking on the other side of the board, we do have two Doduos down. We've got a Research in hand, so they could easily use that, get into a fresh 7, maybe find themselves a Dodrio that they can then crack back into this Okie Dokie with. Right. What are we seeing here? The Dunsparce coming down. Nice. Solid bit of draw power there. They've also got a Dreepy and another Dunsparce on the board though. So yeah. Very, very focused on the draw power and consistency on Camille's side of the board. I like it. Northern Vessel getting played. Sacking a Dreepy. And getting 2 Fighting Energy out of the deck, helping to thin it while also making sure that they can start charging up this Okie Dokie. Ideally finding themselves another Luminous Energy like they've done with the one in the active, so they can get away with 2 attachments and get it online, but might just be manually attaching 2 fightings, doing 70. It's still a pretty solid number to do, and then eventually just manually attaching a Dark Energy to it. Still puts them in a good spot. Pretty good spot. TWF, welcome to chat, bud. And B Hall, welcome to chat, and good luck in the raffle. What do we see? Getting the Charmander as your starter Pokemon for the community game. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. What's up? Just watching the semi-finals of the Budget Build Battles tournament right now. We've got the monthly special event on currently. So it's single prize format, meaning all about that single prize shenanigans. So no EXs and no ace specs. And then also a limitation of only 2 copies of card that have the same name allowed in your deck. So it makes for some very interesting deck building potential for the lists. And yeah, currently we're seeing a Dodrio Scorch deck facing off against Okie Dokie. So, yeah, not something you expect to see every day, but I love it. How are you doing though? You having a great start to your weekend? Sounds like fun, to be honest. It's a pretty good time. It's a pretty good time. We typically hold it Friday nights based in Central Australian time zones. So once a week, it's then. And then the first Friday of each month, though, I do hold a monthly special event, we call it, which is based in like North American time zones, just to make it so that players from around the world have an opportunity to play in it. So that's what's going on tonight. Very similar to like League Cups and League Challenges if you compete in the competitive circuits for just like IRL events. So the monthly challenge giving you some more points towards the season, whereas the weekly ones give you 15 points for getting first, whereas the monthlies will give you 25. So yeah, makes a nice like competitive atmosphere for people to play, but also a very just like casual chill format to play in. Been looking to try your decks against even more people. Nice. What kind of decks do you normally play? Message. All right. Oh, Thick Pikachu. Thankfully, Twitch actually blocked your message, and I think this is the first time I've had to ban somebody from chat. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed meeting Thick Pikachu. They won't be around again, though. Shallows, how you going, buddy? Doing well, Shallows. Doing well. We're just watching the semi-finals of the monthly special event for Budget Build Battles. What are you getting up to? And also banning my first person on Twitch. Been streaming for 3 years and haven't had to do that. So that's yeah, good for them, I guess. All right, back to the match though. We are seeing Doduo in the active, no energy attached to it, so in a bit of a tight spot. Interesting call going into the Dunsparce and not into the Drampa. Drampa would have been in a position to take out the Okie Dokie there, I believe. He's got 120 HP left. Drampa does extra damage as long as one of your Pokemon's damaged? One, it might be all. If it's every single one of your Pokemon has to be damaged, that's probably why they didn't do it. Not super familiar with the card, I'll be honest. Haven't seen it played in very many decks. So if it's every single one of your guys has to be hurt to do the extra damage, that would be the justification there. Could be seeing a Sizzlipede getting set up here. One coming down. And looks like they are opting to bench a Monkey Dory. Potentially starting off some Adrena Brain plays here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, solid picks. Countercatcher is just giving them access to hit the Okidogis whenever they decide it's time to. And potentially going for the Turbo Energize to get energy onto their Scorch and Monkey Dories. Or I shouldn't say Scorch, Sizzlipede and Monkey Dory. But yeah, it looks like they are opting to go for the Monkey Dory attachment. Ah, double dipping. They get the Adrena Brain play off and they can get the Turbo Energize play off. I like it. Great way to thin the deck while also setting up your board. Alright, and apologies, just missed a bit of chat there. Shallow has been playing through Deltarune. Ooh, nice. That's like the, what's it, sequel to Undertale? Is that it? How's that treating you? Splatter, you'll stream your match in Discord if you want to join that after this one. Sounds good, man. And TW, do you give advice on decks at all? Yeah, actually. We have in the Discord, there is a 3B deck list section. So if you want to just like post your deck, get some advice on it. Also like a deck advice section in there, and then looking for games. So if you do want to try out the format. But yeah, if you're looking for like advice on standard deck lists, I can give you some input. I haven't been playing too much of it recently though. Did just get back from a month long trip. I was in Europe, and then Distant Rivals came out. So still trying to like catch up with where the meta's at and then play in these events. So main focus currently is on the budget build battles format. But yeah, if you're talking about standard, I can try and help you out a little bit. If you want advice on budget build battles decks though, absolutely. Always happy to chat. Surface Halo, any advice on the monkeys? Probably not advice you want to hear. I wouldn't personally play the monkeys. I like the concept of it. I just think that it's one of those ones that the plays get a little bit telegraphed, right? Like if you never have 2 copies of each monkey in play, your opponent's just going to boss up the one that you only have 1 copy of, and you're not getting the free attacks off. I know you do have reversal energy to kind of help you get into it, but it's just been one of those decks that I've viewed it as opponents can kind of see what you're trying to do. They can shut it down very quickly. And then there's just times where like the format is not hyper consistent. So having a deck where it's like you can't have utility Pokemon on your board to help you draw your cards because you only want monkeys in play to be able to attack for free. It's like, well, how do you balance that out? Like you can run high counts of supporter cards, I guess, and then high counts of cards to help you find those. So, I don't know. I don't think there's any advice I personally could give you to improve that deck to a competitive level necessarily. Like it's always going to be good. Like I think it's a deck that you can get into top 8 with it, as you proved today, you did. It's a coherent list, but I think it gets to that point where if opponents are picking up on what you're doing, they're just going to hyperfixate on picking your deck apart, right? They'll go Monkey Dory, they'll pick apart your basic that you only have 1 copy of, or they'll get boss's orders, they'll bring it up, or they'll see you put something in play that can't attack, like a Cleffa, they boss it up, they corner it, lock it in the active. So it's a tricky one. So I like your deck. I wouldn't say there's anything bad about it. I can look at the list after this match if you want and see if there's any cards where it's like, okay, this doesn't really fit. But like, I feel like as the deck is built, like it was running coherently. We watched your match and it seemed fine. But yeah, I just don't personally see it as a list that has like a very high ceiling. It's a good deck. It'll get the job done, but yeah, I think it's kind of just, it can only go so far. TW, okay. Yeah, it's standard. Okay, fair. Shallow, yeah, it is, but you're still pretty early on, but you're really enjoying it. Nice. Is that on PC or where are you playing that? I think it came out on Switch 2 as well, yeah? I got Switch 2 this week, and I was like giving it a suss through like the downloadable games that were on there just to see if there was any like little hidden gems. Like when the original Switch came out and they had snipper clips on there, I was like, that game is sick. Do they have any of those little hidden gems? And nothing really caught my eye, but I did see that Delta Rune was on there, so I was like, oh, okay. All right, we're seeing the Monkey Dory attacking the active Okie Dokie. Nice, hitting it for weakness, always good. Doubling it up to 120 damage and confusing it. So they do run the risk of like, hey, you want to punch this monkey in the face? You can try, but you might be hitting yourself instead. They've got their own Monkey Dory on the bench charged up now though. Well, not charged up ready to attack, but charged up to use its Arena Brain. So they can be handing off 30 counters from potentially the Dracloak or the Okie Dokie in the active. They heal up the Okie Dokie, it's likely the call, because if they whiff with the confusion, they hit themselves in the face, then the Monkey Dory swings into it, it would be getting a KO, whereas if they don't do that, yeah, they'll be fine. Shallow, you believe it's on everything, but yeah, you're playing it on PC. Nice. Halo, yeah, you think you're right? Yeah, and like, it's, yeah, not trying to knock your deck list choice in any way, shape, or form. Like, I enjoy that deck. We played it in the early days of the format, and it was like one of those decks where it's like, this is sick. Like, this has a lot of potential, but then, yeah, I think if you play against people that have a fairly tuned list, it gets a bit tricky. All right, and it looks like Erupt did get bumped out of the semifinals. Solid run from them, though. Always love seeing the Centiskorch put in work, and yeah, seeing Okie Dokie putting it in as well. It's very impressive. So yeah, good job tonight, bud. Good job, actually, everybody that's played in the event. Surface Halo, you as well, cooking with the monkeys. And it did sound like we had a match we can pop into the Discord to check out, so gonna give that a sus. Also, we'll be closing entries on the giveaway and picking a winner. And yeah, Halo, you won. You want to claim 20 code cards for PTCGL? All right, and then popping over to Discord. I swear I had it open. Well, I have it open as the app. I normally have it open as like a page. Yeah, it looks like Splatter's streaming their match, so we'll pop in there. And welcome to the Goomba Gang. Ah. Lovely. You got nothing else to do. Wonderful. Stream failed to start. What? Alright, let's try that again. Why isn't this going? Splatter, are you... It shows that it's going. Weird. Why isn't this popping up? Might have too many windows open. Give me a second, guys. Very refreshing that. Interaction required. Let's subscribe user. not sure what's going on. Like, it definitely shows that you're streaming it, Splatter, but I'm not able to join it. All right, one more time. I think we might just be SOL. Unfortunately. Seconds.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
I love that thing. Cheers, Raspberry. Yeah, I think we're just SOL. I don't know. For some reason, the splatter stream isn't popping up. So, like, it's showing that it's there. It's just not letting me actually connect to it. I'm just getting the loading screen. So, away it goes. All right, but yeah, we've got Raspberry making it through to the finals, and then Savi against Splatter, still playing it out in the semis. So hope their game's going well for them. Might just end up calling it a day there, though.
I am the hero that the world gets.
Raspberry, you see it? Yes, I see it as well. As you just saw on my screen, though, it was constantly just loading. It's there. I can see that he is streaming. I just can't watch the stream. Hey, we just get that. So I don't know what the issue is. It may be on my end. It may be that there's too much bandwidth being taken up by other things, like streaming to Twitch, having Windows open to run the tournament, having the game open. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to split hairs over it. If it's not connecting, normally we can connect to these pretty easily. But yeah, for whatever reason, it's just not wanting to. I can check if we do it through the app, if that makes a difference, but that throws the audio off, and I don't know, I kind of just can't be bothered, to be completely honest. It may just be Aussie internet striking. Yeah, even in the app, I'm still getting the loading screen. Weird. No, appreciate you giving it a go. Trying it one more time. No. Weird. Very, very, very weird. And like, it's annoying because I can hover over it and it shows like updated images for it. Scott Summers, thanks for letting you enter so late. Appreciate everyone here. You'll be back. Good night. Cheers, man. Well, thank you very much for coming out. And yeah, just a reminder, the regular weekly events for this are held in Central Australian time zones. So it's Friday night every single week. There is a tournament. It just might be very, very, very early in the morning for you. Going into the next season, though, so season 4 will be kicking off in July. I'm going to be flipping the events, I think. So we'll move the weekly event to be held at around like this time, well, when this one started. And then the monthly event, I think we'll switch over to the Australian time slot, just because we're seeing higher numbers of turnout having it at this time. So if this is where more people in the community are able to participate in the event, then I think we just make the move. Like, it just makes a bit more sense to me. It's a good way to grow the community, grow the format, and yeah, give people a chance to play. Scott Summers, 3 a.m.-ish. You might join one of those. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, 3 a.m. Friday morning. Yeah, why not? Surface Halo, this will not be the last you'll see your monkeys. All right, buddy. I'm keen to see how you go with them. And yeah, Halo, were you Were you taking the code cards? You won the 20 codes. Do you want to take those or no? Raspberry, you'll finally be able to play weeklies? Yeah, you want them? Easy. Can you just flick me a message in Discord just to remind me, and I'll get those sent through to you. I'll likely do it after stream. It's just easier navigating around. Yeah, it said hi in the 3v chat. Easy. All right. Well, we can't watch the game, and yeah, I don't think either person that's playing in the finals is able to stream there. The Raspberry streams his on mobile, which I appreciate that you do that. I know that there's members in the Discord that are keen to watch it. I don't know, streaming it through mobile and then onto this. It's not for me. I appreciate it. Like I like that you do it, and it's good to give visibility on a match in the finals. So thank you very much for doing that. But yeah, I don't think I'll be streaming that through to Twitch. Yeah, we'll raid. Who else is online? We'll raid out. Oh, double A's on. He normally raids to me. I get to raid to him for once. Yeah. There we go. All right, guys. But yeah, thank you again very much, everyone that came out, and solid run, everyone in the tournament. We'll get the standings updated after the tournament concludes. Also, for those of you that made it to the finals, being the top 2, you'll be getting your prizes sent out to you afterwards. So 25 code cards for first, 15 code cards for second, and then 10 code cards for the most unique deck list that made it into the top 8. I have to give a sus of those still, so I'll be doing that off stream. But yeah, we're bringing that back. I'm kind of leaning towards the monkeys currently. Like the fact that someone found a way to make the monkeys work post rotation. I like it. Like it makes a lot of sense with Lost City being gone. Like they do have potential. It is still one of those things that like I feel like opponents can kind of work their way around it. Right? They boss up pieces at the right time, or they just hone in on something and snipe it down. So it's tough. But yeah, the fact that Surface Halo found a way to kind of make that work, I think, you know what? No, I'm not even going to say I think. That just is. I'm calling that the most unique deck list of the week. So they've got themselves 10 code cards as a reward for that. And also, yeah, they won the giveaway for 20 codes. So Halo, I'm just going to I'll send you all those through Limitless once the tournament's wrapped up. We'll do that. Keep it easy. Keep it simple. Get them all in one spot. So you'll be getting yourself 30 code cards after the tournament concludes. Anywho, I'm rambling. If you haven't already, don't forget to boop that follow button so we can hang out next time I'm online, and heading on over to AA now though.